Real quick before we get going here, the blurb comes on. You get one of them always every night, almost. Let me just tell you, you don't want to pull on Superman's cape. You don't want to take off the Lone Ranger's mask. And you don't mess around with Jim. Croce, that is. Ha ha ha. One more thing. Well, I just got to let you know one more thing. If you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band. That lead guitar is hot, but not for Louisiana man. Just let's get that out of the way right now, shall we? press the button, and now we have the button. Let's find the button, and away we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bottom of the Glass Nation on YouTube at 6 o'clock Los Angeles time, and that means it's time to start drinking. If you started drinking early, penalty. Now, I'm not going to enforce it. This penalty, it's kind of like the southern border of my country. It's not going to enforce anything, but there's a rule there, and you broke it. So I'm just going to have to play catch-up here. Raise a glass with me. You guys know I don't like drinking alone, but I'll do it. I've been drinking alone my whole goddamn life, ever since I was 9 years old. That's a rough time to learn how to drink alone, 9 years old, isn't it? You get kicked out back to the woodshed with your dog and a bottle of hooch, and you realize there's no one to drink with at 9 years old. I believe in this country there's far too few 9-year-old alcoholics. I think we should improve on that. Well, let's start tonight. I'll be the grown-up. You go find your own kids. I got 8 of my own that I got out of the house. Goddamn hippies. Every one of them turned into be a hippie. All right, we're drinking right now. Oh, what am I drinking? Somebody asked. It's new. It's new to me. It's that. You guys seen that? It's a Woodinville. You realize if I take my first drink of this and I don't like it and I throw up, I'm just going to turn off the stream. We're done. I know we should be playing it safe during no experimental alcohol during a live stream. You try that shit on a Wednesday for Facebook. All right, I'm drinking. Here we go. Come on now. Come on. Well done. That's surprisingly smooth. Oh, wait. There's something hit the back end of that. There's a flavor on the back. That's odd. I recognize the flavor. There's you know what it is? Oh my God. It's that stuff. Do you remember the smell? When we used to do Easter eggs and we used to dip them on the little copper wire thing and the green and little pellets we'd put in there and the little buzzy pellets. It tasted like that smelled. When was that? Was that vinegar? I don't know. I'm just telling you what's going on. Smells and songs and stuff. It does a weird thing to me. I'm not kidding. Listen, true story. I remember a lot about my great-grandmother before she passed away, and I was very little. I think I was 8 or 9, but I spent a lot of time with her at her place in Burbank, California, before she died. And I was working in Las Vegas at a car dealership, and it was a big dealership, and it had a big central men's bathroom, lots of stalls and stuff in there. But I walked in like one of the first days I worked there, and there was a swamp cooler going. And it was just the smell, not the smell of the bathroom. No. Don't twist my words. It was the smell of the swamp cooler. It opened my eyes. I ran out. I called my mom and I said, did Grandma Peters have a swamp cooler in her house? And she goes, yeah. How would you know that? And I go, it hit me. It was a smell from like being 6 years old. Weirdest thing ever. I just drank Woodinville, not Woodford Heights, Woodinville, and I remember dunking Easter eggs as a kid, green ones. Oh, so there you go. See, it's just everything turns and comes around. So life is funny that way, isn't it? And don't tell me I'm the only one. All right. Guess who's here with me live in studio? Do you realize that now when I say that I'm not lying? We've been saying live from in studio. We're in studio this week, live from in the studio. We're actually in a studio this time, yeah. And you can't see the date because the kid ran into the plant. He was fixing a light over here. He ran into the plant, spun the whole plant around. His mother yelled, "You're moving the tree! You're moving the bush!" He's like, "Yeah, I'll put the trees back, Mom." But he didn't know. She made me sit still so she could put the date right over my shoulder. In the little cutout of the tree, and now we fucked it all up. We fucked it up, as the dude would say in The Big Lebowski. So who knows what day it is, but we are in studio. Whatever day it is, we're in studio. All right, let me click and see if my... Oh, there she is. Boy, she's sitting back and relaxed. You're sitting way back. You're relaxed.
It's Saturday. It's like,
You're just tilting back. You got your glass of wine. You're relaxed in there. You're way back.
I'm working here. I'm working.
We'll have to readjust. No decorations behind you.
No.
That looks bad. No decorations behind you at all.
I know. You know what? I had to change my shirt because I had like a lighter shirt on.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I'm going to kind of blend into the background of the wall. So I was like, well, I'm going to change that shirt and see what's going on. So.
You know what I don't understand? Speaking of you changing shirts, How come when you, like, if you put on your night gear, get your shower, put on your night gear, and you come downstairs without a bra on under a shirt, you turn right back up and go back up and put a bra on? I don't understand why you do that. It's like, well, the kids would see. What kids? There's like a couple kids here. You think any kids that are 17 and 18-year-old boys are looking at your boobs? Come on now.
My mama raised me to be proper and have some manners.
Well, what happened? Because there's a whole other side of you.
She taught me to be a lady.
All right, we're clicking off her camera, going back to the Big Kahuna, because I got stuff to say.
I have stuff to say, too.
What, you actually have something to say?
I do. I'm running the sheets
All right,
tonight.
go. Now you're on the big screen. I don't know if you can see this, but you're on the big screen.
All by myself?
No. Look right there. See now? No.
Okay. Well, I'm in charge of the sheets tonight.
This is like the news desk version. See that page? That's a news desk we're looking at. Okay,
they can
go
see
ahead.
all my stickers on my thing and everything.
Yeah.
Michael Engel gave $10.
What do you do that for?
It doesn't say.
Then that money goes to the Easter egg whiskey fund, the green Easter egg whiskey fund for tonight.
Mrs. Four Watton said, "Hello, General, you handsome fellow."
Oh my goodness, Mrs. Ford just makes me feel warm and fuzzy all over.
Scott Harmon said, "Evening, handsome."
Well, Scott, I'm going to take that and say thank you, but my door doesn't swing both ways, buddy. I love you. I do.
Janet Dudding said, "Hello, handsome. You got your 3 handsomes tonight."
Got my 3 handsomes. The show can begin. Yeah.
And Daniel Velasquez, member for 16 months, Legion of X.
Holy shit, 16 months.
Yes.
He's been in purgatory a while now.
Yes, he has. Smells are linked to memories.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I said. Smells and memories, man.
Yeah, Barry Dano, my favorite Canadian, $5.
Favorite Canadian to ship to. He's our guy.
It's 9 p.m. here. I've been drinking since 1. You've got a lot of catching up to do,
I'm not going to catch up to that. That's too far gone.
CJ, member for 13 months. I'm an extra. John Morgan, $2. We're getting a members only jacket.
Okay. First of all, CJ, thanks for hanging out for 13 months, buddy.
I believe.
Oh, it's a girl?
I think it looked
What?
like.
Just because I called her buddy, now I can't say a girl's a buddy? I can't call a girl buddy, pal?
Yeah, you're trying to make that up. You're really trying to yeah, good luck with that.
That's totally natural for me. I often refer to women as pal and buddy. Yeah, 13 months. That got the big red one. And then what was the second one you read?
Really? Can't you keep up?
You erased it, didn't you?
John Morgan.
$2. There we go.
We're getting members only jackets. Do they still make them?
Yeah, they do, but they don't look anything like when we were kids. And no, the live stream says members only. And then what does the description say, John? Did you bother reading the description? I think the only person in here who reads the description is Mrs. Four and Tori Randolph. Nobody reads the descriptions. It says the jacket, not the live stream. You're not getting a jacket on the live stream. You're just getting the live stream, but the live stream doesn't say members only. The jacket does. Did you see the cover picture? Why am I wasting all this time having a private conversation with John, buddy?
Oh, Brad Baker, $5. Whiskey Fund.
My
Hey,
man.
General, is that the bottle of Woodinville I sent you a while ago? It's good stuff.
It is. I've been working my way through all the bottles of hooch that have been sent to me, and we're just getting to this one right now. This is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It's 90 proof, 45% alcohol by content, but it doesn't have. I thought this was going to have a much stronger smell, and I thought this was going to have a real strong bite up front. It didn't. It was real smooth up front. The middle of it spread out nicely, and then there was a kick at the end. And it's the green flavored Easter egg at the end. I'm all right with that. I used to drink that stuff when I was a kid. It explains a lot about me, but we're okay. No. I'm liking this a lot.
Trippy Pineapple, $2. Don't forget to hydrate.
Oh my God, Trippy! I've got the refrigerated Hawaiian water right here, buddy. I'm in.
It.
I got
prepared.
it.
You're prepared.
I'm prepared.
I'm prepared.
Okay.
So wait.
What?
Suzanne MPG, welcome to I'm an Extra.
Oh, Suzanne joined up there.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you, dear. Appreciate you stopping by. Now, listen, I realized we kind of bamboozled you into signing up for that one. And no, you can't have your money back. Now, if you stay the second month, that's on you. That's your mistake. you can say you got tricked the first month, but what excuse are you going to have to all of your friends when you stick around for month number 2? No. Don't blame us for that one. All right. Are we all cut up in the sheets? Can I move on?
We're not.
Oh, you know what?
Phil Reith, member for 11 months. I'm an extra.
Been around a bit, coming up on his 1 year.
Just go through real quick. CJ says I'm an Aussie, so we call each other buddy and mate, guy or gal.
See, I know that. I'm part Australian. I knew the Australian was coming out of me. I knew what was going on.
All right, Loud One gave $5. What the fuck? Nobody told me I was meant to read.
Loud One says nobody told him he was meant to read.
I don't understand.
I don't understand
what the bus broke down.
Well, yeah, the bus did break down. Loud One.
I don't know if everybody's making it tonight.
No, they won't, because the bus broke down in Phoenix. And guess what? Even though Two Bear has been removed from staff by his own doing, Loud One broke down in the real world, in his neck of the woods. Two Bear raced over, got him back to his house, gave him some food, hot shower, place to sleep for the night. I'm talking it. Do you guys want to know about the family? You guys want to know about who we are as the Bottom of the Glass Nation?
That's awesome.
That's 2 guys in there that just, without even thinking twice, I'm there for you. I need you.
That's awesome.
Now, we're not talking about there's 10,000 people that do that. No, there's not. But the group of us that stick together like that, we mean it. You just got to understand it. That was one member of this community was stuck and near another member, and the other guy helped him out. That's what we do. True story. Now you know. All right. I'm turning her off. She's got to be gone. Okay, her mic is on. Her camera is off. Now, I had something to say. I got into some arguments this week over some stuff. So let me. There's always things that need to be worked on. Okay, I'm not talking about you personally or your marriage or your family. I'm talking about globally, or more specifically, in the United States, in my country. There's always stuff that needs to be worked on. But the story I'm going to unfold for you here can be passed around to anybody. And a lot of people don't get involved. Now, I'm not going to single out a bunch of you in here, because perhaps I fall into this category in some places myself. However, how many people just tweet or Facebook, or they argue in the break room at work about a topic, but they don't really get involved? There's a reason for that. Now, if you pin someone down, it's like, well, that's a pretty good cause over there. How can we not? Well, I'm angry about it, and I'm up in arms, and I'll fight, and I'll yell, and I'll scream, and okay, pass the donuts. It's almost time to go back to work. Do you want to know the real reason people don't get involved in causes that need to have people involved? Whatever it is. You notice I'm not singling it out to any one thing. I'm not going back to the 70s about save the whales. Let's pretend I was. Save the whales. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about anything specific. I'm talking about why people don't get involved. Physically get involved. You just, you clicking like when you see something is not supporting. It's not getting involved. And if it is, it's at the very minimum. Okay, if you're grading on a curve, you guys are setting the curve bar way over here. People don't get involved because it's not their issue. People don't get involved because the rule coming down, the problem coming down, doesn't affect them. Well, that's not going to affect my kids, so yeah, I don't agree with what they're teaching in school, but, well, if they're having drag queens in schools, not my kid. The parents that you see going down and taking over these school board meetings are parents who have kids right now. But why isn't it an issue for you? You're very much against it. You're just not trying to go fix it, correct it right now because your kid's not there. True? Maybe it's not your regulation. The government's passing new regulations. Oh, that's a terrible regulation. It is. That's going to fuck a lot of shit up there. I hate that shit. I'm supporting the opposition on that. It's just that regulation doesn't affect me. I'm retired. How about when they pass new laws and new taxes, and you figure you looking really quick, you're reading it, oh, okay, all right, that isn't, my money's over here, and that all these new taxes are ahead. The reason people don't get involved is because it doesn't affect them directly. Do you realize how many good people there are in Washington as lobbyists, good people trying to do a good thing, trying to get some grassroots momentum going, and they can't. And they sit there on the steps of the Capitol outside having their peanut butter and jelly sandwich and going, how come there's not 20 million people behind this? How come not? This is what we're doing is a good thing because it doesn't directly affect anybody. And the causes that do directly affect people get people involved. So, and I'm just stating the obvious here. There's nobody out there in radio and TV land that went, oh my God, people don't care because they don't know. People don't care because it doesn't affect them. I would have never thought of that. You've already thought of it on your own. I want to reiterate it. I want to say it. I want to point it out because some of them are you. Some of them are me. Why is it that we don't get super involved in something just because it doesn't directly affect us? I think we should. I'm not telling you to sign up for any causes. I don't have anything to endorse here. I'm not going to say, well, and for now that I've got your attention and proved that you're all a bunch of heartless assholes, for 37 cents a day, you can sponsor a kid in Ethiopia, and his name is Phil. And here's a picture of Phil. I'm not doing that. I don't have anything to promote. There's no link in the comment section. I'm just reminding you that it wouldn't hurt this country if you got off your ass and did something a little more than talking about it on the subway or the bus or the carpool lane on your way home. That's all I'm saying. Just think about it. If you run into a couple of things, you're like, you know what? I should be involved in that a little bit more. Then do something. Send $5 to whatever cause you're thinking about. You know what? When everyone says, write your congressman, write your senator, how many of you have actually written a congressman or a senator? And not an email. I mean, pen, paper, envelope, stamp, lick the envelope, walk to the mailbox and put it in. Do you know what kind of an effect that has on people when they get a tangible letter in the mail that you took the time to write? There's obviously causes you believe in. There's obviously things that are fucked up that you'd love to have changed. Oh, I know. You think someone's going to come along and do the I Dream a Genie. Boom, ponytail, boom. No. You need to write a letter. You need to leave a voicemail for your congressman, your senator. You need to. Just do something. Or if there's something, don't just stop being one of those people that is, you're an easy target. You're an easy target for me to point out and everybody else, oh, you really argue about these causes. Well, I hope you didn't spill your orange juice over breakfast this morning when you and your 3 friends were having the senior breakfast at Denny's. Well, you really changed the world there, didn't you? And don't think I'm just getting on you. It's my big, dumb, fat ass, too. I do that, too. And I'm going to try to make a difference. I'm just asking you, maybe, do the same thing, man. Don't be all talk. Generation X is one thing we should never be known for is just being all talk. No. Letting you know how I feel about that. All right. Coming back over here between the sheets.
Oh, you're coming back to me?
Yeah. We're back on the news desk now. News desk will appear in 5 seconds here. This is a news desk. Come, pong.
Ah, there I am.
There you go.
All right. Kayla M., member for 3 months. She's an extra.
Kayla,
yes.
No message?
No message.
Didn't call me handsome?
No.
Didn't want to raise a glass and drink with me?
No.
Kayla, I question your motives for being here, sweetheart. Okay, go ahead.
Loud one, $5. Can't thank Two Bear enough. Was a rough day. Truck ended up being towed. Two Bear came and got me a pasta.
Pasta.
Gave us food, alcohol, and a bed. Good
There
man.
we go. See that. I love Two Bear. I do.
too.
I will say that in the
too.
I love Two Bear. Not that I don't love Loud One, but this story isn't about you, okay? Loud One, you're the victim here. So just shut up and sit there and be the victim, okay? Hike your skirt up and hope someone comes by and helps you. We're talking about Two Bear right now. Two Bear's the man.
Okay.
Did a good job.
Papa Smurf Ron wants to know, General, do you like the new mic?
I don't. I don't like this fucking mic. In fact, I don't know if you guys can see right here. This is fucking tape. Okay, watch. This is something. The old mic, remember how I used to bump into it and fuck around, drink a lot, knock it down, and it would stay where it is? Look at this.
I'm looking at it on the screen.
See this right here? This is just fucking a loose mic, and it spins. So right as you guys were watching the intro, I'm fucking putting tape. I got gaffer's tape, and I'm trying to tape this fucking thing so it won't spin on me. Otherwise, the microphone spins, and I'm going to be chasing over here going, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't like it. And the cord, which you guys can't see, the cord for the mic, because this is so loose, the weight of the cord, the tension on the cord, which is nothing, pulls the mic. So I grabbed a zip tie and I zip tied the you can't see it. I zip tied the mic cable to this fucking new swing arm, and then I tried to tape this shut. So yeah, I've already been down the road. So I don't like the new mic setup at all. So, and you know what? You guys didn't say a fucking thing. It's not like the comment section was, oh my God, look at the new mic. This is so much better than the old. You guys didn't even notice. You didn't even care. I could go back to the other one and you guys wouldn't give a single solitary purple Twinkie shit whatsoever. Don't pretend now. No, I noticed that, but you didn't say anything. No, you didn't. You didn't. I'm only doing this to make you fuckers happy because every week, hey, can't see your face. You can't see your face. You could see my face. The only thing that the old mic was blocking was this section right here. That's it. All right?
All right.
All right.
Are you done?
I think I'm done. Fuck.
Hydrate for a second.
Right.
The shoeless one gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships to Todd Pemper, Kenneth Sword, J-Dub, Arturo, oops, and I just flipped, and Sherry Weber. They all got new memberships.
Everybody who got a new membership when the live stream is over, please go to the kids' YouTube channel, Gen X Talks. Go to the community section. There's a community tab and scroll down. There's lots of free stuff for everybody to see, but there's even more. There's even more stuff that is members only. And you're now a member for the next 30 days. You can go see the stuff. You can peel back the curtain and go look at some really cool shit. Don't forget that.
Randy Smith on PayPal said $5 postage for stickers.
You need to check your emails.
I have.
There's a couple of dudes who, when I said there's no stickers on the website, I want to buy some stickers, and they emailed me, and I go, just tell Gen X Mom she'll give you the stickers. Just pay the $1 for postage or whatever. She'll give you the stickers.
Okay.
And they're not getting a reply from you.
Maybe it's in my junk email or whatever, but I will look. But I have also received an email just now from the Disney Kid.
Disney Kid, yeah, and Cali Cat.
They're not going to be on tonight on the Bottom of the Glass Nation because Cali Cat got wind that her grandma passed away this morning. So she's been just having a really rough time.
I want to tell you, Disney Kid and Cali Cat have had a rough 9 months.
Yes.
The hurricane came through. They've had problems with the people in their building. It's just a mess.
So anybody on Discord, our chat room channel, if you can just send Cali Cat a nice little message, that would be awesome. She needs it right now.
Discord, for those of you who don't know, Gen X Talks has a Discord server. It's free. It's just chat rooms. They're labeled, politics, and they're labeled cars and trucks and guns and ammo, and there's food. It's just chat rooms where you can go talk with people like yourselves, like us. I go in there all the time. And Cali Cat and Disney Kid are in there. They're regulars. They do a lot in there. You should go say something nice to them, find a thread they're on, direct message them, do something. If there's anybody that deserves a little bit of emotional support, it's these two. Really, it is. I believe that.
It's been tough. It's been really, really tough.
Are you done on the sheets?
No, I am not. Brian Ivany, member for 8 months. I'm an extra.
I thought I offended his wife, by the way.
Why? What'd you do?
What? Okay, why did your tone change?
What'd you do now?
Why couldn't you just say, oh, really? What happened?
Oh, really? What happened?
You see, that's not accusing. The way you said it was like, what'd you do now? Means I did something. When you say, oh my gosh, what happened? That's like saying, that isn't like you. I'm sure you didn't offend somebody. What happened? Do you see the difference there? All women do this kind of stuff. Every one of you. You guys do two things. You ask a question accusing, like she just did. What happened? What'd you do? That's accusing. And the other thing you guys do is when you imitate us, you always sound stupid. If I say, look, I don't want to go to lunch today. Oh, I don't want to go to lunch today. Why do you make us sound dumb when you're imitating us?
Because you guys are dumb.
We are highly evolved creatures.
Oh, really?
Yo, yeah.
I've told you before. Then why were we made after you?
Because God said, look what I did here. Maybe I could do it again. Poof. Oh.
And then he stopped after he made us.
Because he went, I tried to make another one. That fucked up.
Excuse me, you failed tonight, by the way.
What?
There's no tip jar. How are they supposed to do a $2 whore when you have no tip jar?
It says there's a jar.
Bottom of the Glass Nation, fail.
No, it says there's a jar.
There's nothing on the screen. I'm not seeing it.
Okay, hold on. It says there's a jar. I don't know if I can. Let me try to move it.
Ay.
Did that work?
I'm not. Well, you gotta wait. I'm on delay a little bit.
I don't know how to make it come on then, because that was the only jar I had.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't know how all this stuff works, man. I'm getting new to these things, and you're fucking with me on purpose here. All right, let me try that, and we'll hit done. Try it there. Does it work now?
Anybody see it? I'm not seeing it.
Well, I don't know what else to do because it says it's on. I can't. What else am I? It's on. If it's not there, it's not there. I didn't do it.
I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll try a different screen.
Adversarial self.
Adversarial self. That dude's got problems.
To the bottom of the Glass Nation.
Well, I will welcome him, but if he's adversarial self, then that's like a self-inflicted wound emotionally. Yeah, it's true.
Hey, well, we know I have a few more still. Doc Camp, $5.
There we go.
Studio's looking good. Get Gen X moms some background.
That's her department. Why are you yelling at me?
Quiz.
That is her department.
He's got a quiz.
All right.
The real name of Jetson's dog, Astro. Thanks for the memories. Boomer here at 63. Yikes.
Boomer? Astro? That was his name. His name was Astro.
Real name of... I don't know. You didn't...
How could you not have... It's a fucking cartoon. How would there be a real name? It's not like there's a live-action dog that has a name like Spot, and they renamed him whenever he was on camera. They drew him as Astro. What am I missing here?
I don't know.
You know who's going to know? Your brother's old as dirt, Sun Valley Fox. He's going to know. He's sitting in his chair right now going, of course Astro's not his real name. Everybody knows that.
I watched the Jetsons.
Why wouldn't he have?
I don't know. I just feel like
Right,
I don't know.
Can we be done with you and your sheets now?
No, Adam Pedley, I believe he's down in Australia. He's got a concern.
Well, thank God he's here with his concern, and thank God I've got the answer at the bottom of the glass. Go ahead.
He's a bit worried about the United States of America. The U.S. debt explodes in 30 days. I'm not going to give you the exact number.
Yeah.
Warns the Cato Institute warns unsustainable spending hindering national security.
Okay, everybody, put the brakes on for a second. Pump the brakes. I'm going to go back to me. Now, listen. I used to get anxiety when I was learning some stuff about our debt, and it's terrible. But let me explain it in layman's terms. Let's just go front door. Let's just go street level. Let's go Generation Extra. No charts, no graphs, no polling. You ready? Okay. Let's say you guys had credit card debt. And you ran up your credit cards, you maxed out all your credit cards, you have no more credit cards to spend, but you owe, and you owe, they're all maxed out, you owe $45,000 on your credit cards. What's the one thing you have to make sure you do every month? You got to make the minimum payment. To keep everything juggled, to keep everything like, okay, all right, I can do, and that's your interest payment. You're not paying down your principal on credit cards at all. That's your interest payment. You guys know this. Okay, just gotta make my minimum payment every month. All right. Same way with the United States on our debt. You tracking with me? There is a debt number, but there's also the interest on that debt. Now, if you were to say, okay, we are struggling, the principal is so high, the debt is so big that we are barely able to pay the interest payment. That's when we have cause for concern. And there's some people right now, well, we're very close to that. No, we're not. We're closer than we should be, but we're not. We can still pay the interest payment. We still got more room to raise the debt. We shouldn't do it. We should get our fiscal house in order. I'm hoping somebody does. But we're not at the point where our income, our gross domestic product, our income, the index that guides us on what we spend and what we do, we can pay that. We can pay the debt and for the interest on the debt, and then move along to all the military and programs and stuff. When we get to the point where our income can't pay that interest, we got a problem. But we're not even close to that yet. And that's why politicians don't give a shit. And I love Dennis Miller's approach on this. You guys remember Dennis Miller, Saturday Night Live? I guess it was in the mid-'90s was his big heyday. I saw him live at cause. I actually met him. My wife and I, we went to see him in Vegas. Then we ran into him afterwards, and it was funny. Dennis and I were both going to the same Singapore hooker that night. It was really weird. Great story. Good guy. Really short though. Anyway, he said it was in his routine. He says, "He's like you feel bad about it as Americans, like you're going to pass this debt onto our children." So Dennis Miller calls up his son and goes, "Hey, feel bad about this. Are you going to be mad at me because I'm passing all this debt down to you?" And his son says, "Don't worry about it, Dad. I'm just going to pass it down to my kids too. Dad, it's okay." Problem solved. The second part of that was when he said, "Who do we really owe this money to?" And it got everybody thinking, especially everybody in the audience, because we'd all been drinking. We couldn't think clearly, and we couldn't come with that. Who do we owe this money to? The United States owes $30 trillion in debt. To who? Who? In the beginning, weren't we borrowing that from ourselves? Weren't we writing IOUs to banks and to the American people going, "We'll catch you later"? Your bank account says you got the numbers there, you got the money there every time you get a statement, but it's not really there. But if we got you covered. And then later on, foreign governments, China, started buying the note and say, "Well, we'd like those interest payments. We'll buy $6 million and $10 billion. Now they're up to like we own $1 trillion of it or more. And then Saudi Arabia, and everybody gets a piece of the pie. So we kind of owe that money to a lot of different people. Dennis Miller said something interesting. He said, haven't you ever owed $20 to somebody? And you finally just told them, "Fuck off, I'm not paying you." Fuck them. I'm not going to pay you. I mean, he brought up a point. He's like, well, what would happen if we just told, let's say it was all owned by China, which it's not, but let's say it was. Let's say we called up China and said, "Hey, President Xi, some bad news. I hate to be a dick about this, but that $30 trillion we owe you, we're not paying you. Fuck off. No, I'm serious. We're not going to pay you anymore. Now we're going to start over here. I'm going to balance the budget in one day with one phone call. Sorry about your luck, man. Thanks for helping out. Nothing personal. Click." Now, I'm not talking about the fact that they would go to war and do all this, and leaving all that aside, okay? Just don't grow up. We're talking here. We're just talking here. What if we just cancel the debt? What I say, we're just going to be dicks and fuck you, we're not paying you. Well, you can't do that because no one would ever loan you money. Would we care if you're going to get rid of $30 trillion in debt? Who gives a fuck if no one ever loans us money again? You know how long it'd take us to get back up to $30 trillion of owing anybody or ourselves? I'm just saying, Dennis Miller might be a little bit smarter than we know. It was an interesting conversation, was it not? That's just what I'm talking about here. All right. Now, don't take me too seriously. This is why you don't ever want me to become president, because I'd be tempted to do shit like that. I'd be tempted just to say, call up G and say, I'm not going to pay the $30 trillion. How about if I give you half right now? We call the rest of it good. Or I can just default on it, file bankruptcy in, whatever court I'm supposed to file it and go to the Netherlands or Sweden or something, and you get nothing. And what does it say? Is there a contract with China that says if the United States defaults, we get the Capitol building, we get the Washington Monument, we get the Jefferson Memorial? Is there some of that in there that we have to give them shit? Because there's some areas of the country they can fucking have. I could think of some places they can have. I mean, Pacoima comes to mind as the first thing. I didn't say the nice people in Pacoima. I'm just saying that there's some places I would say, well, I mean, if our country could fuck over people like in China, and we did it before to the Indians, and gave them shitty swampland, which was completely fucked up and wrong, why aren't we doing it to people that deserve it? Why can't we say, yeah, you have collateral. We're not going to pay you. Come collect your collateral over here. Where is it? Oh, yeah, it's Arleta. You can have Arleta. We got some places for you. No, there's more. There's some suburbs of Chicago we don't really want anymore. You can have those too. We got good stuff out there. We got a lot of places. We could probably square up this whole debt with shit we don't want. China can come in and rebuild everything, and then we can kick them out. No, we got options. We're a big country. This is why you don't want me in charge of anything. Wow, this is really good hooch. I'm going back. This is some good hooch. I'm telling you, this is unlocking the secrets of the universe on live television.
I'm just so surprised it's not old number 7.
Well, I'm a little bit surprised too, but I'm telling you, this is Woodenville. Every time I see this, I want to say Whoville. It reminds me of Whoville. I want to think I think the Grinch. And then because it tastes like the green eggs that you dip in the copper ring in Easter, there's a lot of green going on in my head with this stuff.
Okay.
And we're talking about money.
I know.
Money's green.
Justin Time said we can give him Death Valley. He's offering up Death Valley.
Yeah, we can give him Death Valley. Well, there's some cool parts that we don't want. There's some good camping out there in the western, the southwestern part. Give them the rest of it. Yeah, give them Death Valley for sure. Absolutely.
Could you show them what you're drinking one more time?
We could give them. What if we gave them the bottom of Lake Mead? Not the water, just the land under. Yeah, it's you got the bottom of Lake Mead. That's what I'm drinking tonight.
And Adam has a double down question about what you said. He just wrote, he goes,
right.
Can you tell me who do we borrow that money from? I Googled it and can't come up with a good answer. Take your time.
Well, the real answer for that is that we do borrow it from foreign countries. We don't borrow it from ourselves anymore. We're not on the gold standard. We haven't been on the gold standard since 1971. And if you're 72, 70s, mid-70s. But if you want to know about the gold standard, which I'm very upset we're not on that still, because that was a rock hard red line in the sand. And when they took us off the gold standard, it opened up the possibility to fuck ourselves right in the ass. And we've been doing it consistently since then.
What's the gold standard?
That you only have as much money as you have gold on premises. You don't have credit. It's like, well, we'd like to borrow $10 billion. Do you got $10 billion in Fort Knox? Yeah, we got it in gold. Then you can borrow it, because if you fuck up, we're going to sell that gold and pay your debt. So we only could go in debt as much gold as we had. We could own that was the basis of our currency. Oh. You couldn't have that many dollar bills out there unless you had gold backing it up. You couldn't go into debt unless you had gold back. It was a gold standard, and they took us off of it. So
who's they?
The Fed at the time.
Oh, okay.
So the Federal Reserve decided it was a good idea. It was a great idea for politicians to get money and spend money. It was a great idea.
Of course it was.
So the gold standard went away, and
Bartosh says Nixon did that.
That would sound about right. Yeah.
Lionheart said Carter did.
Okay. Well, first of all, Lion's going to say that because if he can get close to a Democrat, he's going to go, fuck that guy. It doesn't matter. Okay, first of all, anyone would have done it. Anyone who thought they had the balls to do it, Republican or Democrat, would have done this. So I'm not surprised if either one of them did. It wouldn't matter to me. And guess what? None of them after that tried to put us back on it. Did you see Reagan come along, even in all of his glory and the cool shit he did? One of my favorite presidents. Did he get up there and said, I'm putting us back on the gold standard. I know it's going to hurt, but I'm going to do it. It's the right thing to do. Nobody's done that. And now we're so far away from it, you can't. Just like you just imagine with we talked about you guys having credit card debt and paying your interest. Let's say you had $45,000 in credit card debt. Every month you're paying the interest, and somebody comes up and goes, all right, we want all that money back right now. No more fucking around with the interest. We want all of it. You got to run around and sell everything in your house. That's your gold standard. You got to sell everything you got. You got an old Sega that plays Madden 93. You got to sell it. You got the original Playboy magazine with Marilyn Monroe. Got to sell it. Not that I have these things, but I'm just trying to list what I believe most Americans have in their trunks. That it's their stash, it's their cachet it's their gold standard. You got to be able to sell your stuff, which comes down to net worth. Which I can't believe how many times I've had to explain what net worth means, and it's simple. If you take all of the things you own in your life and sell them, everything, even the clothes off your back, everything you own, it gives you this much money, whatever it is. Now, how much money do you owe? Here, we'll get you off the screen there. How much money? Here's all the stuff here that you own. I sold it, and you got $1,000. How much money do you owe anybody on the planet? $1,000. Then your net is zero. If you owe more than you have assets, you're negative. If you have more assets than you have debt, then you're positive. It's simple. It's just sell everything and pay everybody and see what you got left. And you'd be amazed at how many people are going, the fuck is he talking about? I ain't paying shit. I'll sell my pickup for $500. That's my fucking money. I'm not trying to sound like I'm from Kentucky, but it just comes out from time to time. All right, we're back on screen with my wife. What do you want?
Okay. Can I continue with the sheets? Thank you for all that information, though. I like that. Are you ready?
I was rambling. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. David Hemphill.
David Hemphill.
Couldn't serve in military due to colitis, so serving elsewhere as much as I can. Board member at Housing Authority, Historical Society, and Cemetery.
That's... What? He threw me
He's a board member.
But that's a dude who's trying to plug in and make a difference. Thank you very much for that.
Yes. Bearded Barber T.
Bearded Barber T. All right.
Welcome to the Legion of X.
Welcome, Legion of X, my man.
And we had a little conversation while you were talking.
Okay.
He would like to meet us when we go up to Northern California.
Yeah, we got to do that in a couple weeks, don't we?
Yes, we do. And so I told him to email me and maybe we could catch him.
They got to have a Shakey's Pizza that has one of those party rooms or something somewhere.
I don't know, something, but we'll announce that maybe next weekend exactly what's going on with that.
I want to tell you not to tell people where we're staying, but that's not because I don't want to be swamped with people. It's because I don't want people to know that we're staying at a Motel 6. So I just don't want to. I don't want to embarrass myself with that.
Loud one, $5. I stashed the jar with the steering wheel and the brake pedal. Hold on.
He put the jar behind the brake pedal so you can't press it to the floor. Where the problem is.
Mrs. Fort Watton says Tralvaz is Astro's name. Where did that come from?
Tralvaz is Astro's name.
Tralvaz. Who made that up?
Who made that shit up? Come on now.
I don't know.
That's not even interesting. That's like finding out Scooby-Doo's name is Bob.
It's probably two people's last names that they put together.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Or something.
Yeah.
Katie May.
Katie May.
New to the channel. Love the content.
Thank you, Katie, for sticking around.
Not on the bus.
She's on the bus now.
Adversarial self, $5. I'm a bit screwy. I was wondering what y'all think about the congressional oversight hearing that happened regarding UFO cover-ups. Oh, here we go again.
I know. I'm getting hammered about that. I got to just do a whole show on. I know. I'm going to have to do a whole program on that.
Is that going to be maybe Monday? Could we do you think that would be a world show?
Yeah, maybe. I think it's...
or Tuesday night?
Why do you guys think it's aliens, though? Why does everybody go, well, they've pretty much confirmed that there's flying objects that are advanced, and how do you know that they live at the bottom of the ocean? How do you know?
Why do we think they all fly?
Because airplanes were chasing them.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Blonde moment.
What is going on?
Well, I was going, why can't, like you said, they were in the ocean.
I'm going to help you along slowly here. Ready?
Unidentified
flying object. Not unidentified swimming. Oh,
stop.
You know what? I know where your confusion was. UFO. You thought unidentified floating object. You thought it was a rubber dinghy in the water that a jet was flying back and forth going, what the fuck is that?
Don't judge me.
What do you want me to do? I'm not judging. I'm reacting. You actually said, why do people think they fly? Oh, I don't know, because we see them in the sky. What are they doing up there? Falling?
Oh,
we
man,
just catch them at a moment when they're falling and go, look at that flying object. Wait a minute, UFO. Unidentified falling object. We got falling, we got floating. F could be for many, many, many things.
Okay, let's move on. Nail Lover, member for 13 months. Michael Engel, $5.
One of those moments you get embarrassed by the person you married.
David Black, member for 13 months, KGXD Studios, another great choice of hooch.
Yeah, seems like it so far. I'm loving it.
Scott Royston, $10. You, General, would make a fantastic president.
Yeah, not
Just
for.
ask me, I'll tell you. But what do I know? I'm just a dumb artist in the middle of the desert. Ha ha. Gen X mom would make an awesome president.
Wait a minute. He kiped my doobage, man.
He
like
did.
several ways. Well done, Scott.
Awesome. He put it all
He
together.
put it all together.
Let me see if there's anything else here.
You know what? Sometimes I wonder is if I rub off on. I don't know that I do, but wouldn't it be funny to know if like people went to work and at just doing their job, and all of a sudden some guy goes, "Are you sure about that?" And somebody turned around and goes, "Of course I'm sure. I'm right. Just ask me. I'll tell you." I wouldn't it be funny if people started doing that if they stole that line.
I know.
It'd be just I don't know. It'd
We
be
have
kind
a
of
couple
cool.
people on the stream asking if we're coming to New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Long Island.
We are going to be in that area. I got to take. I've committed to taking the kid into Boston. You know what we talked about today? Some place that I don't know that I've been. I need someone to stand me right on the spot where the Boston Tea Party happened.
You want to take me off the screen?
Yeah, I want to do. I want someone to stay. Okay, stand right here. Okay, this is where it happened. There's a bunch of drunk dudes dressed up as Indians, and they smashed everything, and they threw it all right here. And that's not just important to me for an historical point of view. That is important. But can you imagine that the ocean doesn't change? The sea doesn't change. The rocks in the water don't often change. In other words, if a dude from back then time warped and was standing right next to me, sure, everything would look really different in different boats. But he would look at the landscape and go, yep, this is the ocean, this is the harbor, this is the bay. Yeah, this is where I was standing right here. And me and my buddies, we got all fucked up and dressed up as Indians. They could see it the way I'm seeing. I get to see the same thing they did, more or less. And that's huge for me. If someone says, stand right here. Do you know that that happened to me? I got to go I was in Boston, and this was in 87, I think, was when I was there, and walking down a real cobblestone road, and they got him. And I asked, there was a construction worker doing some stuff over here with his crew, and I said, hey, look, I don't mean to be an asshole about this, but I said, I got a question about this. They said, you're from here? He goes, yeah, born and raised. I said, how many of these rocks have been replaced over the years? He goes, well, we don't let them drive on these roads anymore. We haven't for a long time. So almost all of them are original. That's what he told me. He goes, they're almost all original. And I was freaking out going, I'm actually standing on the cobblestones where the dudes back then, one if by land, two if by sea, that shit. How fucking powerful was that for me? You have no idea. I mean, just telling you. All right, you're back.
Yeah.
What's up?
Disney Mama Sammy Joe says, I got you covered. She's got you in Boston.
She can take me there?
That's what she's saying.
If she can actually take me there and prove it, I may give her my phone number. I might do it.
I told her to email me. Oh, no, I didn't. Disney Mama, I know where she is. I was looking at something else.
Yeah.
Mama Mac said, on the way to Boston, you'll pass right by Lebanon, Connecticut, a great farm town where the Revolutionary War office is. You could take Route 66 almost directly to our doorstep. Would love to show you around.
Wait a minute. Route 66, where?
That's what she wrote. I told her to
No,
email
what
me.
you said in Lebanon?
You can take Route 66 almost directly to our doorstep.
Read before that. You read before.
On the way to Boston.
Yeah.
You'll pass right by Lebanon, Connecticut.
Route 66 does not go to Connecticut.
Okay, well.
Route 66 goes from Santa Monica to Chicago. That's my recollection.
I'm just reading the comments.
Two Bear, are we going to Connecticut on our motorcycles next year? A little bit long for an old fat guy like me. That's a long ride.
No, I don't think I don't know.
I'm just saying, I'm a little confused right now.
I'm a little confused.
All right, you done chirping?
No, I'm not done yet.
My God, you're ruining my show. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. I'm just kidding.
All right, she's done. Stuff that I had to say. Do you guys, if you're members of Patreon, or if you're members in here, did you guys see the chair video? You saw the chair video today, went up an hour or two ago. Got into a huge fucking discussion with a kid, an argument. So I'm sure there's some scholars in here. I'm not one of them. Dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert, $3 word guy. I need a $12 word person, somebody who's good in grammar. There was a phrase that was used in the video, and it was two pictures of two parts of the chair. These, right? You don't say this, because in one there's two. So we said the issue was these two pieces of furniture. And I said, we got to change that. You can't say was for two pieces. The issue was these two pieces. I changed it to, and I said, you changed it to, the issue were these two pieces. It was these two pieces. Was these two pieces? Were these two? Was this piece? The issue was this piece of furniture. That sounds right. The issue were these pieces. The issue were these pieces here. The issue was this piece. Well, we had two, so we changed it. The issue were these pieces. The kid screamed at me for half an hour. Was is how what you should say. It should say the issue was these pieces. And I said the issue were these pieces. Who's right? I can make it a poll if you guys want to vote on it.
Go ahead.
All right, let me see. So I'm going to start a poll.
Da, 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 da.
The issue was or were.
Okay.
Hang on.
Okay.
Was these pieces?
PayPal is working, people.
Was these pieces and were these pieces? Was these pieces? Were these pieces? Okay. There we go. I just need to know the real. No, I got to, when I'm done with this, I got to go beat the kid up and go, look, dude, I may be stupid and I didn't graduate high school, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on this one. And then he goes and Googles it and tries to argue with me, but he didn't have a conclusive answer or he would have just shown it to me. So that's all I'm saying is I said it should be changed to were these pieces, and that's the way I left it. So you guys tell me they don't know what to go do. Because I'm telling you, it was one of those parenting arguments you get in with your kids, and you're like, God, I haven't been in high school for a long time, but I know I'm fucking right. I can feel it. It wasn't listening. Right at that moment, he looked at me like teenagers do, like I was the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. True story. Yeah, and you're back. What's up?
Rotorhead says, for your edification.
For my edification.
Route 66 is a state road in Connecticut which serves as an alternate to US 6.
Okay, well, then let's be fair here. When someone says Route 66, I'm going to say a good portion of us think Route 66.
Well, yeah.
You know, if someone says, oh, it's Route 66 is what I call my driveway because it's rather long and it goes from Portland, Oregon to Salem, Oregon, I'm really not going to understand what that means. I'm not going to connect the dots. You say Route 66, boom, you got my attention. That's just all I'm just saying.
All right.
Edification handled. All right, yeah, I'm going to go to...
Oh, I have a few more things since
God.
I'm on. The Incompletionist says, I have always said when I make a threat, I know. I've seen me do it. And now because of you, I added, just ask me, I'll tell you, to my rhetoric. Brian Ivany says, Mom, did you miss my previous $5 super chat? I didn't see it. And then he said it disappeared, but I think YouTube's in charge of that. I can't delete it.
No. Well, I don't know if you can well, I wouldn't have deleted it, so I don't know.
No, I didn't see it. I'm doing the best I can here, babe.
Okay. All right. All right. So can I... I'm
juggling everything.
I got stuff to say here. I'm going back to me. It's all about me. Yeah, shush. I'm giving you the Pauly Shore.
Shush is in here.
I'm...
Shush is in the chat.
I'm giving you the Pauly Shore. Shush. Got it?
Brian Ivany gave $2. Issues
oh my gosh, she's still
issue was.
Fucking talking. What?
Issue is singular. Brian Ivany, $2. Issues with an S were. Issue was.
These pieces were the issue. Yeah, I didn't use plural. I used singular. These pieces were the issue. These pieces was the issue. No, it's still, Brian, that's still not right. Issue was singular. Pieces was plural. You say these pieces were the issue. These were the Okay, you're fucking me up now. Brian, stop. You're really hurting my feelings here. Okay, now I'm back on picks. Bum, 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 bum.
Are you going to check your poll?
You know what the screen says up there? Look at that. I'm sitting on this because no one will let me finish where I'm going.
Oh, well, because I'm having a really hard time with the poll with the minima.
Okay, all I need you to do is what?
Sit there and look
Shush.
pretty.
That's right. Sit there and look pretty. That's what you're here for. That's why I hired you.
I know. That's why I'm here.
You got a picture of the day we got married on the one of the TV stands, at the end table in our living room, and one of the kids walked up, little, and goes, "Is that the day Mom came to work for us?"
Shut up.
I said, that was the day we hired.
Shut the front door.
All right. Robots in Portland. You with me? Robots in Portland. Well, it's not actually in Portland. It's a small town in Oregon. Reactions get heated when struggling eatery owner rolls out robot server. There's a little cute server that goes around, and here's the short story. Because of the rising cost of owning employees, of having employees when you own your own business, and minimum wage and workman's compensation, all things that go up, she needed to put on another employee, and she couldn't. So she bought a robot. And the cook throws these things out there, and the robot's programmed to take them all out there. Now, it can't do a ton of stuff, but it saves you from having to hire one more person. Did it replace someone? No. Did someone get fired so this robot could have a job? No. Very clear. The owner was very clear on this. But more than half the people quit going there to eat. Little mom and pop place in a beautiful part of Oregon. It's on the west sides of the Cascades, just south of Portland. God, what was the town on that? I can't remember. But anyway, she couldn't believe the backlash. People were like, "Fuck off, we're not doing it." People just said, "I'm never going there again. I've been going there for 20 years. I'm never going to eat there again." Because of the robot. They're just anti-fucking robot. Now, a lot of them were confused and said, "Oh, you just took away a job." Nobody got fired. You could say, but you didn't hire somebody. She couldn't hire somebody. She goes, "It is not possible to add one more person to the payroll and still remain profitable. But I could buy this dancing monkey and have him do it." Play-Doh. Some people were fine with it, but most people, they want nothing to fucking do with it. Good for you, people in the small community of a suburb of Portland. Good for you. All right. I don't typically like making people feel bad. That's not true.
What? When did that happen?
I love making people feel bad. So there are probably 75% of you that are going to gasp air and fall back in your chairs right now.
I'm ready.
Remember the movie Vacation?
Yes.
40 years old today.
Oh,
National Lampoon's Vacation celebrates 40th anniversary.
That's
40 years. There's
bad.
no way. If someone says, this is where I get confused, and I do this to myself. Dumb. But when someone says, "How old is the movie Vacation?" Oh, 15, 18 years. 18 max. That's the way I feel. But I'm also the same dummy that says, when someone says, "Hey, what decade was it 20 years ago? What was going on 20 years ago?" Oh, 20 years ago. That was the 70s, so mid-72, 73. I'm stuck thinking that 20 years ago was the 70s. It's just how I think about things. If someone says, "No, 20 years ago, you were already 3 years past Y2K."
Oh, my gosh.
That didn't make sense. I cannot process that. There's another reason you don't want me for president. I can't process that shit. There's no fucking way. All right, what is it?
Man, life is passing us by, man.
So, yeah, every year there's recruiting. Your recruits come out as the Air Force and the Army, the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Coast Guard. They all have requirements. We need to recruit this many people every year. Here's your quota. Get it done. We all know that. This year, the only branch of service that met their quota was... Honey, who do you think?
Sorry. What? I'm busy. I'm working. Say that again.
You literally didn't listen to what I was saying.
I didn't just now.
This is one of the greatest shows on earth, and you're passing it by. The Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Marines and the Coast Guard every year have minimum recruiting requirements. Their bosses say, "Get out there and recruit. We got to get this many number of volunteers signed up by the end of the year. You got a quota." Only one branch achieve their goal. Which one?
For hiring? Or their goal?
Yeah, what else are we talking about? We're not talking about the softball team. Yeah, they're quota for new recruits. They're quota for hiring.
Air Force. Was it right?
No.
Who?
The Marine Corps.
I was going to say them, but then I thought no.
Now, back in 1986 and 87, the Navy, because of Top Gun, everyone wanted to be what?
Yeah, they wanted to be
you don't call them pilots.
a naval aviator.
That's right. The Maverick was very clear in a bathroom or on a bar. He says, "We are a naval aviator." So everybody signed up for that. And the Marine Corps is the one right now. The Marine Corps, but I know how they do it. You know, the Marine Corps just they find the people they want, and of course the Navy's going after them, and the Army's going after them, the Air Force is going after them, the Coast Guard, and everything. And so the Marine Corps goes, all right, here's our card. Wait for all these other branches to give you the pitch, and when you're done, talk to us. So they wait, and the guy always says, oh, the Army has more opportunities. The Army's got more people, more places, more things, more money, more things you could do, and signing bonuses. And when they're all done, the Marine Corps walks in and goes, yeah. You can sign up for any one of those guys if you want to be a pussy. You want to be a real man? You want to be a real woman? You sign with us, you get the fucking job done. You get the respect. Nobody gives a shit about them. What was that in there was Navy versus Marine Corps in the movie A Few Good Men. Remember that scene? And it was Kiefer Sutherland was in the Marine Corps, and Tom Cruise was in the Navy in his dress whites. And Tom Cruise says he's in the Navy. He's looking at the Marine Corps guys. You guys in the Marine Corps, you don't like us very much. And Kiefer Sutherland, the Marine Corps guy, goes, oh yeah, we love you boys in the Navy just fine. Whenever there's a war to fight, you boys give us a ride. You see, the Navy does the fighting, so the Marines do the fighting, so the Navy gave them a ride. You see, they're just an Uber, just a taxi. It's a funny movie, and that one line, it's a great movie. But you got to, that was funny. Come on, I was right about that. Anyway, the Marine Corps. True story. The Marine Corps is the only one right now. They got their shit together. Marine Corps is to meet recruiting goal this year, while the other military branches fall short. Now, I'm not sure why they put this picture up there. If memory serves, that's an ammo box. Now, I would have thought they were drinking something. I thought they were pouring like whiskey out of it onto their faces because they're being heroic, and I don't know what that is. I'm not sure why they're holding up an ammo box. They're not that super heavy, so they're not doing exercises. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Maybe someone who's in the Corps can tell me. But that sergeant's making sure they get their shit done. Anyway, now you know what I know. All right. Okay. We got a lot of shit to say about Kevin Costner. I love Kevin Costner. I'm really pissed off at him right now for fucking up the series Yellowstone, because I love Yellowstone more than I love Kevin Costner. But a blurb came up today on the news, and I took my hat off. I took my hat off to Kevin. I was like, holy shit. Because every now and then, don't we all have guy moments? Don't we all have things where secretly something's going on? We're talking with we got our wife, or you got your girlfriend, you got your family doing stuff here at work, and all of a sudden, in the corner of your eye, something comes up, and you're like, holy shit, the balls on that guy. Holy Christ almighty. I'm going to raise a glass before I even tell you what he did. And women are not going to understand this. In fact, some women are going to hate me for this. They will. But there's every dude out there. Now, any dude who disagrees with me right now, what I'm about to unfold, is sitting next to his girl. And that's the only reason you're going to disagree. Come on, raise a glass with me. Kevin Costner, Yellowstone, and for men in general. Not men that are generals, just men in general. Ribbit. Oh, my throat almost closed up on that one. Some of you know what that means, but we're okay. Okay, Kevin Costner, going back. I got to salute this guy. All right. Kevin Costner enjoys an Aspen vacation while his estranged wife, Christine, moves out. Nobody cared about this. There wasn't any comments. Everybody blew right by this, and I'm like, does nobody understand what's going on here? The dude is either so rich or he's so fucking cool. He went on vacation, left his wife at the house to pack up and move out. How many of us would leave our soon-to-be ex in our house with our shit while she's pissed and moving out? There's not one of you out there that could say, oh, I'd fucking just take off. That bitch ain't going to take my shit. This is my shit around it. No. We have to hide all of our really cool shit. We got to put the rest of our stuff in a room and lock the door and stand in front of it in the hallway and hope she doesn't open that door. There's no way any of us could just take off to Aspen and tell our soon-to-be ex, don't touch my shit. She's going to break everything that motherfucker owns. She's going to move out and take his shit, destroy his shit, fuck his shit up. That's what I would do. There's no fucking way I'd leave. You'd be standing there the whole time watching, what are you taking? What are you doing? Don't touch my shit. And this guy, one of the coolest motherfuckers on the planet, just says, I'm fucking going to Aspen. Now, he either got so much money that he can afford to buy all his shit back again.
They say he has fuck you money.
Or he does have fuck you money. He's got fuck you money for sure. Or he's so fucking cool, he looked at her and went, do your best. I'm leaving. I'm not sweating you over the weekend.
Somebody said maybe he has security there.
I don't know, but you gotta, he's not even sweating. Are you telling me this guy, you're back on camera.
He goes, I'm going to take the kids. I'm going to Aspen. You bitch. Pack your shit.
Pack your shit. And when I come home, you make sure you're fucking gone. Leave your keys on the kitchen table. I mean, can you imagine?
Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
Can you imagine the balls on this guy? He's just like, yeah, he went out and got drunk and got laid the first night he was gone, and he ain't thinking about her anymore. I couldn't do that. I couldn't just walk away. I've been around chicks before. They fuck my shit up.
So his character on Yellowstone is like legit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's legit.
His character on Yellowstone is totally legit. Oh my God.
So he's John Dutton. Really?
He is John Dutton. I can't even imagine. I got to be fair with you. I've been a lot of places. I've done a lot of things. Most of them I haven't even shared with you guys yet. I have never met anybody that fucking cool. I've never met anybody that could just go to Aspen and leave all your shit in the hands and the fate of a chick who's gonna fuck up your day. I'm just saying.
And he looks like he's having a great time in Aspen.
He does, yeah. He's like, he didn't give a shit at all. I'm just letting you guys know. When this popped up on the screen, you can see it up there. It comes up, no comments, no nothing. Nobody said a word. They're like, oh, well, he's an asshole. All women. And then it's like, dude, well, you probably gave him a reason to. The bitch probably did something. All men. Nobody got the point of this picture, which the guy who took the picture and wrote the caption, then there's two of us, me and this guy. The guy who wrote the caption is like, the caption should have said, he went on vacation and left all of his shit there. That's what the caption should have said. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm drinking. Maybe I see things a little more clearly than the next guy. But I'm telling you, that's a fucking picture and a half. Is it not?
I still like Kevin Costner.
I love Kevin Costner.
I do too.
Yeah. All right.
I'd love to meet him someday. That'd be awesome.
So,
can I do some sheets before you go?
No, you can't because you dominated. I'm not letting you dominate anymore. I'm going to do one more story. Then we'll let you just. You're not on camera, so no one can see that glare.
Well,
you see the glare you get. See, now you're on camera.
So people waiting for your super chats, it's all on him. There's people waiting for me.
Are you going to give me the glare again? Because you're on camera now. Give me the glare. Yeah, duh. You know what?
Mom glare.
That still pierces me after all these years. You think I'd be used to it, but I don't like it. All right.
Oh, but now I can do the sheets?
No.
Or not?
Okay, so let me read you something, and then I'm going to show you. Just please listen to this. If you ever thought something was fucked up in politics, you got to listen to what I'm saying. You know, Hunter Biden was on trial, he's going on trial. You know, he has 2 investigations going on, and you know that his plea deal got thrown out. U.S. District Court Judge Mary Ellen Noriega, Mrs. 4, that's a woman, released an order this week threatening sanctions against Hunter Biden's lawyers after accusing Latham & Watkins lawyer Jessica Bengals of having misrepresented her identity. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
A judge found one of Hunter Biden's attorneys and drug her over and said, "You lied about who you were." Are you listening to me? A judge called out one of Hunter Biden's, oh, it gets worse. Called out one of his attorneys, goes, "You lied about who you were. You misrepresented yourself." Let's go back.
Wow.
Jessica Bengals of having misrepresented her identity and who she worked for in an effort to improperly convince the clerk's office to remove a key document from the criminal trial. Did you read that correctly? This chick goes into the county clerk's office during a trial and says, "Hey, I'm with Biden, Team Biden." They're like, "Yeah, aren't you a Jessica from Tomlinson Lathan?" No. I'm Sarah, and I'm from Bob Smith's law firm in Utah. And what Bob Smith sent me down here to do is to take that document and get it out of there. You really shouldn't have that as part of the evidence. You need to remove that document.
That's balls.
And she got caught. She got caught. And the clerk went and told the judge, like, "Hey, that bitch right there named Jessica just pretended she was Sarah from Bob's office and told me not to put this document in with the shit." And the judge goes, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Wow. I wonder how big her fat paycheck was from the Bidens.
I don't know, but she's going to get fired from the law firm now because you got caught. You can do some shady shit as an attorney until you get caught. Then the law firm goes, "Well, we don't practice that kind of bullshit around here." Well, we do, but you got caught. Yeah. We don't sanction and authorize that shit. We're distancing. You shouldn't have got caught. We'd all been friends still, but you ain't getting no beers at 5:00. You fucked up. Once you get caught, everybody can know you're a fuck up on anything you're doing in politics. They know. Until you get caught, then everybody pretends they didn't know you were doing it. They pretend they didn't go along with it. They pretend they didn't authorize it. And this chick's going to get cut the fuck loose. All right. So let's go back.
Maybe the Bidens paid her off a big, huge lump sum, and so her job doesn't matter.
Maybe.
Say goodnight to Shush. She's leaving.
Shush, you going?
Yeah, she's tired.
Shush, you got to go. Hey, I'd be exhausted if I was married to Loud One, too. I really would. So here's the other one. Disorder in the court. Senator demands answers. Now the Republicans are getting involved, going, "Wait a second. What the fuck is going on?" After judge accuses Hunter Biden's lawyer of lying about identity. I gave you the backstory first, then the picture in here. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Because it's a real thing. And it really happened. Unfucking believable.
Wow.
All right, sweetheart. You are now back on camera. I'm going to pour another drink. Yeah.
Oh, and now, would you hydrate, please?
If you would like to go to the sheets and say something important, look at the field is all yours.
Okay, well, hydrate, please. Disney Mama, Sammy Joe, $5. I just sent you the exact coordinates for the Boston Tea Party spot on Discord.
What'd she do? She sent me a GPS location?
I guess. I don't know.
Is it just in case I want to call in a missile strike?
Maybe.
That's good. That's great.
PayPal, $5 from Ron. That rant was perfect, General.
My God, he had to use the word perfect.
Katie May. Convinced her to come on over to be an extra. She's welcome to be an extra.
Katie, I want you to know that I'm quickly falling in love with you, and that happens frequently in here. So take it for what it's worth, but thank you for stopping by. Thank you for joining up. And to be truthful, I hope I don't let you down. I hope that we can continue the level of service that brought you here.
Oh,
really are trying.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I'm a sweet guy. Just ask me. I'll tell you.
Brian Ivany has been waiting for the super chat for the last.
Oh my God, Brian. Okay, this is after. We never got to why I offended his wife, though.
Okay, what do you want to do? You want to apologize, or do you want the super chat? Make a choice.
Super chat.
Okay.
Get $5 or apologize for being an asshole. I'll take the $5.
All right. Brian Ivany, $5. Spark plug cord decided to pull out and leave the threads in. No welder, no easy outs, rough day, especially what I said last time. Essentially what I said last time.
Why did you giggle?
Because he said pulled out.
See,
really
you went dirty with that. You did. You went dirty.
Totally dirty. I was like, what?
Brian, was that on a Ford product? Brian, was that on a Ford product that your spark plug blew out and ruined the threads? Because I have a solution.
Hey, this guy's name is Stu, as in stew, like stew, beef stew, stew burner. Welcome to being an extra.
Stew burner's an extra. Just so you know that I have a tool in my garage that I can fix those threads.
Oh yeah, like that's gonna help him. He's in Canada.
Look, can I not just have a few props for the big guy?
A Buick Roadmaster.
They do make a kit for that. It's a little bit tougher depending on where those are. If it has aluminum heads, Brian, there's a kit to fix that, and it costs you less than $100, and they work. They work great. I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. All right.
Adam Pedley wants to know, can we take a poll? How much money is fuck you money? What do you think that is? Take a guess. While you're thinking,
I don't know if there's a number for that. Fuck you money is when you can pay all your bills. You already have so much money you can stop working and retire comfortably, do whatever you want.
Okay.
And fuck you money is whatever amount of money that you get to that you could light it on fire.
Wow.
You could wipe your ass with it. You could throw it in the bottom of the ocean and it wouldn't affect your financial situation at all. That's fuck you money.
Oh, I was thinking that you never look at your bank account again.
Well,
I mean, I would never.
Then I have fuck you money.
You look at the bank accounts all the time.
Not when I'm broke. I don't look.
I call bullshit.
I don't look anymore because it's broke. I don't want to look.
I call bullshit. Disney Mama Sammy Joe gifted a membership to the Hawk.
The Hawk.
Isn't the Hawk on? Oh shit!
Wow, you stepped on your dick with this one, didn't you? What?
Oh, the TV show. I just went blank. Oh my god!
It was played by a black guy.
Karate Kid. Wasn't the Hawk?
Oh, you're thinking, the new Karate Kid
one.
series. Yeah.
Okay.
But whoa. Let's go Generation X. Wasn't Hawk like Beretta's friend, or he was a big black guy with a white coat?
Wow, we're going way
bald,
back.
dark glasses. Wasn't he called the Hawk? Was that Beretta? It was Beretta, right? I'm telling you, the guy's name was Hawk.
I don't know. I have no idea. That would be my brother.
Okay, yeah. What was the guy's name? Tanner? No. Who was the guy in Vegas? The investigator in Vegas in the 60s show.
Keep going.
Oh, come on, man.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
let's see if anybody here says
all right.
anything.
Okay, we done? Can I go back to me now?
Well, hang on. Uh-oh, we're in trouble.
Isn't the red light on where you can't open the door? Well, shut the door. Either in or out. The heat's coming in. Go.
Huggy Bear.
No, Huggy Bear was Starsky and Hutch. There was a dude like Huggy Bear, but a badass motherfucker called Hawk. Maybe the series was called Hawk. I don't know.
I don't know.
All right. So what we done now? Can I go back to my stuff?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. All right. So say,
Our kids.
don't. You run this kid there looking funny. Yeah. This just so you guys know. I said this before. Republican sounds alarm on militarization of IRS after it spent $10 million on weapons gear since 2020. Let me summarize this. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. The IRS is very much going to look like SWAT. They're going to start using situations where they can come to your house, kick in your door, and arrest you for back taxes, for improperly filing your taxes, and it's a money grab. Because imagine this, if they come and they kick in your door and say, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that, and you stand up and go, no, I didn't. Let's go talk about it in court. Fine. But while we're in court, you're going to be arrested. We're seizing your house. We're seizing your assets. We're seizing your stuff. And then they say, but we're going to be kind and let you still live here. And we might not even charge you rent to live in your own house that we have just seized. So now we own it while it works its way through the court system. Gonna happen. We talked about this in detail the other day. I won't get into it, but just so you know, this story didn't even have a 24-hour cycle. It blew right in and out of all the windows and doors of every news agency, and 6 people talked about it, and I was one of them. Bringing it up again, Write it down. All right.
ZEO, everybody's asking if you'd fix the tip jar. Okay, get that.
Okay,
on
look
the screen.
there. Go make the tip jar work.
What do you mean?
The tip jar.
showing.
Look, it's right here.
No.
There's the jars. The tip jar.
It's not showing on the screen.
I've already done that. I've already switched it too. See, no tip jar,
No tip jar.
and you're deleting the tip jar.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so there's your deal on that, just so you guys know what's going on. Anyway,
Scott Harmon is leaving the building. Scott Harmon is leaving the building.
why?
Everybody.
He just said.
Why's he going? Scott, you got to
I
go,
didn't ask him.
buddy. Whoa, why'd you move me?
Oh, wait. Whoa.
He comes in here and clicks away.
Mrs.
He always
Moore
does
says,
this.
Hi, kid.
Hey.
Don't be nice to him. See, her picture's too high now. You got to lower her
I
picture.
didn't move her.
I don't know. Looks like you
Here,
did.
let me sit up.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh, Scott Harmon says low battery.
Oh,
Charge his phone?
wow.
I
Wow.
don't know why the jar's working.
Okay, so he can't fix a jar either, and it's not just me.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, here we go.
I
Oh,
think
whoa.
you're being weird.
Scroll down and see if there's other jars.
Why would you have more than one jar?
Why don't you go look and see?
Everybody's saying
I don't
hi
care.
to you.
That's the one I wanted. You got to hit done.
No, if I did, it would pop up right here. Come on.
All
You
right.
should show
So
everybody your
anyway,
hair.
no,
Wild.
shouldn't. She's just retarded.
Say goodbye.
No, you get this round cameras. I'm always on tape.
Here he comes.
Where am I?
You're coming into frame in a second. Get to mom. There he is. Now we're seeing what's going on. The
Let me
studio.
smack the kid.
The studio is much better now. If you guys notice
your mama.
that we have the big boom microphones everywhere, headphones everywhere, chairs everywhere. It's pretty cleaned up. We've got now you can see Gen X Mom's workstation right there. Her station looks a little busy, but it's not. It actually looks pretty clean. It's not bad at all. It looks good. But just so you know that it's the thing going on. So, and there's the other kid stuff. We're still working on my chair and working on the pillowback stuff. But his station's looking pretty good too. This is actually very, very, very cleaned up. Things are looking much better than they did before. So we're getting there. So now you know that. Oh, there's his hair. Good God, that is
that
horrible.
I need a haircut bad.
Look at it. Wait, one more. There it is.
I've
Jesus.
been saying I need a haircut for like a month now.
Got to start a GoFundMe page for your hair.
Everybody's saying hi to you.
Hi.
Janet Dudding gave $49.99 for the
haircut.
kid just because.
For the haircut.
For the haircut. She wants you to have a good haircut.
Janet's been one of my best supporters forever, man.
Janet does love you. She's been a very good supporter of you.
For a while.
Yep. She drops in those half a C notes and lets you know. She's been here a bit. Yeah, you're right about that.
You want to remember when for my birthday stream in October when Addie was on stream?
Yeah.
Yeah. She still remembers Josh Maddox, because he was like the #1 supporter for her the whole time. She's like, how's Josh doing? I'm like, oh my God.
I get that so often from people. Like we talk to people like, well, and they want to be connected to Gen X Talk, so they throw out a name.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how's your wife doing? That's great. But they always see Josh. No one asks how Lion's doing. No one asks how Two Bear's doing. No one asks how Mrs. Four's doing. Well, Mrs. Four's practically perfect in every way, but they always ask about Josh like there's something bad with Josh. There's something wrong. I think everybody can sense that Josh is on the borderline of having a problem. And so everybody, how's Josh? Has that thing. It's like Josh has a rash that keeps coming back and they just don't want to say it.
Well,
How's Josh in that, that situation?
Josh is always a good time. Love that guy.
He is.
All right.
Trippy says he'll cut your hair for free.
No.
John Morgan says, ZEO, proud of you becoming a meme lord, stealing memes from Discord and posting them on Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's good like that, I'll tell you. All right.
All right.
Did I have anything else
And
in
Neil
here?
Lover wants to know, damn, ZEO, did you just wake up?
No, I had hat hair all day.
He
Hat
did.
hair.
Am I good though?
Yes.
Are they still talking to me?
No, get out.
Just go.
Shut the door.
Go order us some dinner or
Yeah,
something.
get me some food, man. I'm hungry.
Fine.
All right, so let me go back over here on Discord on Monday nights, which is in 2 nights. We in Discord, it is a thing where we go and get and we do, and it's chat rooms and it's for free. It's Gen X Talks has a Discord server, Gen X Talks Discord, and we watch a movie. Every Monday night, Trippy Pineapple puts on a movie on Discord, and we all sit and watch it. Sometimes we chat. We're not on camera. We don't talk, but there's a little chat thing, people talking about the movie. This one is The Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox, which is great. There's tons of stuff I love about it. So just letting you guys know that's what's coming next. And I'm getting the wave. So what is it, honey?
Werewolf 2004 gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships.
5 memberships. Good Lord.
He gifted 2. That guy. That guy.
That guy. Oh, that guy?
Don't give my brother the Sun Valley Fox thing.
Hold on. Is it this guy? Is it this guy?
There's a guy.
Is it this guy?
My brother's really good at that.
Did he gift this guy?
Yeah, that guy.
No. Did he gift this guy?
That guy.
Oh, so not this guy.
No, that guy.
Oh, that guy.
Yes.
Okay, now I got you.
Bubba Shinobi.
Bubba Shinobi.
Charles Sowers.
Do you know Shinobi has to do with a Japanese warrior, like a samurai? It's what it is. Why would you call the first name Bubba?
I don't know.
Why would you put redneck, hillbilly, and samurai together?
I don't know. David Harris and Corehound.
Talk again in your mic.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, you're still.
We got $50 from Brad Baker for the PG&E bill running the AC and the KGXD studios. Wish I could give more.
Wait a second, Brad. Brad, I love you, buddy. Half a C-note's a big deal. Thank you. But that clearly means Brad did not listen to the podcast. Brad Baker did not listen to the audio podcast, did he?
I guess not.
Or he would know
That's right.
that we had 17 solar panels disconnected that are now reconnected. Brad, you tipped your hand, buddy. I love you, but you tipped your hand. Now you have some homework to do. Go back and listen to the podcast. Wow.
There's more. General.
Yeah.
Can you do a rundown someday in the future of all the props in the background, where they came from? They're not even all up yet.
Yeah, we got to do that.
I have a list.
I will tell you the one that's standing right now, the one you guys can see. Let me turn it here. I don't remember who. Somebody gave me this general thing here, and we have everything written down on who gave what. I just don't remember. But I do know this one. This is a little me. This little bobblehead of me in my work uniform is my Levi's and my mechanic's shirt, and it's going like this, and there's a big S like Superman. And I bought this because I thought, I want to see if they really work. Because they said, oh, your bobblehead will look just like you. It was pretty close. And then we auctioned it off because we needed money. We're broke. And Loud One bought it for a $100 bill and left it here. He said, I paid for it. It's mine. Keep it there. This is actually Loud One's bobblehead. He owns this, but he chose to leave it here. It's part of the background, and it is forever cemented in Gen X Talks lore. I should do that one time. We should give away prizes by things that have gone on in Gen X Talks over the past 2 years and see what you guys actually remember. Because there's some really crazy cool stuff about live streams. We could go back all the way to Robert Jones and his child support and Charles Waybright. What a fuck up. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff we could talk about. All right.
Yeah. Loudwood sent $5 going, scroll up, Gen X Mom. Yeah, missed a super chat from Brad Baker. You're sitting there talking.
This isn't my fault. You got to copy and paste, man. This is your job.
I do, and then you wait forever.
That doesn't mean it disappears. How can it disappear if you copied and pasted it?
Oh,
it's still there.
Man.
You know what? Everybody stop. Stop for 1 second. You guys have seen what I've been putting up with all night tonight with my wife. I love my wife. I do. I very much love her. But you see the frustration level at the communication, at the job she's supposed to be doing. You see the issues that come and go with me during a live stream. I won't even get into what goes on in our family life. Just here. And the headache begins. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the headache, in the middle of turmoil with dealing with my wife, I'm reminded of one of the greatest philosophers of the 20th century, a man named Iceman from Bodfish, who looked at me across a bar one night and said the immortal words, chicks, man. Chicks.
Man,
and if that doesn't summarize the entire genre of the female persuasion and how they relate to men being men, nothing ever will.
Oh,
to
hydrate.
Iceman from Bodfish.
Hydrate. Brad Baker says, I forgot about the panels. I listened, I swear. Yeah.
Nice try, buddy. Nice fucking try.
Oh.
All right, where was I? Secret of my success. We got that one out of the way. Boom, 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 boom.
Giving me a headache, man.
All right, real quick, I want to show a picture and go back to my screen. Do you guys remember this? This was, if you guys listened a couple days ago, this 2-minute drill went up, and there was some stuff in it. Oh, there was some stuff. Do I now retain the ire of the left community? I do. And let me go back. So there was one of the biggest complaints was when I talked about God. The Pledge of Allegiance says it mentions God in the pledge. And I said, why not? The country was founded with God in mind. People follow God. People like God. There's a lot of Christians and Catholics. There's God, 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 God. I like God, so we're moving forward to leave God in there. And I said, here's the quote I said. I said, you guys keep pushing to have God taken out of a pledge you're not going to recite anyway. If I said, okay, we'll take God out of the Pledge of Allegiance, will you recite it then? Fuck, no, I'm not reciting that shit. Well, then what do you care if we leave God in there? Well, you just sure it's offensive. There's atheists, and then fuck off. Fuck you, and fuck you. You want the word God taken out of the Pledge of Allegiance, a pledge you're not going to even recite ever. So shut the fuck up. Then I get a swell of messages, of comments, of emails. And they all said the same thing. Eisenhower put the word God, and they put a little bit about God in there. It was, 180 years after the Pledge of Allegiance was written. So it doesn't fucking count because it was added later. Doesn't fucking count. You can't just add as the Pledge of Allegiance is here. I said, okay, are you going to say it? Are you going to say the old pledge? No, I'm not going to say the old pledge or the new pledge. I said, then why do you fucking care? Well, I'm just making a point. You're missing the point because you're stupid and you're Republican, you're conservative, that the original was the original and it's the original and somebody modified it and they changed it and that doesn't count. I said, okay, I agree with you. They said, what do you do? I said, I agree with you. If it's not the original and this was a change, fuck those changes. Let's keep things the way they were. And every single person in this conversation was like, yeah, now you're getting it. I said, oh, I pulled a Columbo. One more thing. And what do you mean you don't know who Columbo is? I'm telling a story. You're getting hung up on All right, let me make this simple. If you don't know who Columbo is, and I turn around and say one more thing, leave the live stream right now. Clock out. Get the fuck out of here right now. Go figure it out. You can come back after you learn. When you come back, sit at the little kid table. It's a card table over there that has no tablecloth on it. That's where you sit. I don't have time to explain all this shit to you. This is Generation X shit. We're moving forward. When I say Columbo, one more thing, everybody keeps going and you stop this because you don't know what the fuck Columbo. Stop it. Just go. Exit stage left. Clock out. Leave. So everybody's, it doesn't count. The pledge doesn't count. It's got to do is this way and the original, and they changed it and fuck the change. I said, okay, I agree. Everybody was happy. Everybody thought they had convinced me. Everybody thought they had changed me. And then I said, I pulled a Columbo. I said, one more thing. We should, I think slavery should be reinstituted again. They said, what are you talking about? I said, well, since you guys are really big on the original document, no changes, the Constitution, I think currently has 27 amendments. What do you say we all get together and say, fuck all those amendments? I mean, they weren't part of the original, right? They're amendments. They weren't part of the whole thing, right? So fuck them. Room got pretty fucking quiet. Well, this is just it's a different thing there you're talking. No, I know. Of course you're going to say it's different. There's no other pledges, so we can't compare them to any other pledges, you asshole. You just got through saying the original, don't change. I'm pointing out some other stuff, some other federal documents, some other things were changed about the country. This is the original and fuck the changes. I'm in. Let's go. Since you're going to be stupid about it, let's be stupid together. Let's go over that cliff together. Well, did you... And I interrupted him and said, it's really hard to not look like a fuck up when you're fucking up. And that's what you're doing. All of a sudden, when the room was very quiet, you want to know what I said when the room got quiet? I said, oops. Yeah, no, whatever. Anyways, a way to shut them down and shut them up, turn them around upside down. But those fuckers, they quit arguing. There wasn't 10,000 more comments. They shut up. There was nowhere to go with that. I wish they would have kept talking about that. I love talking about the Constitution. We talk about guns and that. It's like, do you realize the second thing that was in the Constitution? I'll bring my wife back for this because I said, do you realize the second thing in the Constitution was guns? Out of all the things we could have talked about, they talked about free speech first. They talked about free speech first and said, first thing we got to write down in here is that you can say whatever you want. That's the first thing. And the second thing,
we have guns.
But you better bring a gun. The first one was, he says, free speech and say what you want. And you can the government can't shut you down. It's free speech. Number two, but you better bring a gun because we're not sure what those assholes are going to say. Is that not the most American thing you've ever heard? Was say what you want and bring a gun just in case.
Amen.
Oh, good God. I swear to Christ Almighty, that's the funniest thing.
Our founding fathers knew what was
Oh,
going
they
on.
had their shit straight.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that the reason this is a Joe Pesci moment, I know, but the brilliance of the Constitution is that it can be changed because the framers and the founding fathers knew the most important thing, that they didn't know everything.
That's right.
They left a way to change stuff because they knew there was things that were going to change as time went on.
Our country is ever changing.
Always.
It's always changing.
But the founding fathers were smart enough to know, and they were great men, but they were smart enough to know that they didn't know everything. And so they left a way to change it. You call the Constitution crude and archaic, and I tell you, I firmly believe it is a living, breathing document that can be fitted for the times and adapted as things go on if it's done fairly.
They were smart men.
Oh, they were incredibly smart men. I wouldn't be fit to tie those guys' shoes, but I would. I wish if I had a bucket list of time travel, if my DeLorean actually could get up to 88 with that fucking piece of shit Renault engine that was in it.
Sorry, excuse me, I yawned.
Yeah, you did, and I would shake their hands because they knew when the founding fathers signed the Declaration of Independence and they knew they're writing the Constitution. They knew there's going to be issues. They knew there's going to be problems. They knew there's going to be hate. The Declaration of Independence, they all eventually got murdered and died and lost everything, and they knew they would.
Life wasn't easy back then either.
No.
I mean,
We all pretend we could go back there and kick ass. The truth is, most of us wouldn't last a week back there.
yeah.
So,
Hey, say goodbye to Christina Dvorak leaving.
Christina, why are you leaving me, sweetheart? Did I do something wrong?
No, she's got to go.
What's more
She
important?
says, love you all, bottom of the glass nation. I have to go. See you on the flip side.
Oh, she used my line. Okay, Christina, you can go. I was looking for a reason to drink, and your exit gives me that opportunity.
While you're drinking, I'm going to read. How's that? Josh Maddox, $4.99. I love you all. I love all of you. Sorry. I didn't. My dyslexia jumped in. I love all of you so much. Thanks so much for the kind words. Love being a part of this family. Best ever bar.
I love Josh. You know, we get to see Josh at the Gen X Talks barbecue.
Yes. Tina says, I always wonder what a Gen X thinks, and I love y'all's truth because we are the same with our kid. I never knew you had a channel, just now saw it. I am turning on notifications.
Oh, yeah. And so what, we're an hour or 2 hours into this, and I'm like, please subscribe and turn on the notifications and hit the bell. I am terrible at whoring myself out like that. This is when we get all the way done, the kid comes up and goes, you went the whole show. You didn't tell him you didn't tell one person to subscribe, Dad. I'm sorry. I'm horrible at that part of it.
Easy Bake. Welcome to I'm an Extra. Easy Bake.
Is Easy Bake an oven?
Was an oven. I think they still have them.
But is this Easy Bake an oven?
I have no idea.
Or is it just someone who likes to get stoned all day? Because it could be either way.
Or maybe it's a baker. Why are we going right to being a stoner?
I don't know, because that's what I think. When I think bake, I think weed. You think oven mitts.
Unbelievable. Nail Lover has a very serious question to ask you.
Hold on.
You're going to have to find the truth at the bottom of the glass.
Hold on. Let me get my hat straight first.
Okay. Are you at the bottom?
No, but I'm close. Do you remember Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone?
Yes.
And what did he do when he got serious?
I don't remember.
Every time in that movie, he would turn his hat around. But I got to be fair with you. I look good in a baseball hat, but how do I look in a backwards baseball hat?
Looks like you've got a bandana on.
How do I look, though?
Looks good. You look
It
badass.
does, really?
Yeah, you look badass. It says it looks like when you're wearing your bandana when you rode.
Oh, my do-rag. Yeah.
Do-rag.
All right. All right. Well, hold on now. If that looks... Are you serious? That looks okay?
Yeah.
All right. In the spirit of Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone, and because he wanted to win, he got serious. He turned his hat around. That was the moment. That was a symbolic gesture of getting after it. I'm getting after it. I'm ready to go to the bottom of the glass for your answer.
Are you?
What is the question?
The question is, Nail Lover, how do I get my middle child out of the millennial attitude? This is a tough one. She really needs to know. It's bothering her. Got any words of wisdom?
I don't, but the glass might. The truth is at the bottom of the glass. You have to drink to get to the truth. I don't want to drink this alcohol, but I will for you, as the rest of us will. Restate the question, please, Your Honor.
You want me to say it again?
Yeah.
All right. And I deleted it because you read it.
Wow.
Nail Lover wants to know, how do I get my middle child out of the millennial attitude?
You can't.
They're going to have to find out on their own.
I'm going to tell you to... I'm sorry. Are you answering or am I answering?
Oh, sorry.
I can put this all on your screen.
loud.
You want me to just put it on your screen?
No.
There. Now we're on Gen X Mom's screen. She has taken up the whole screen. I'll be quiet. Look up here. It's going to happen.
No.
Oh, there you go. Look.
No. Hi, everyone. Hi.
All right. Can I go ahead and answer now?
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
Okay.
That is I get that a lot. I get a lot of emails with that, with people that are talking about what I do with my kids, especially when you can't kick them out because they're 13, 14, and 15. And you also can't reach them because they're 13, 14, and 15. There's two basic rules. They're fundamental aspects that I believe you need to stay the course. You need to keep it. One is the framework. Don't change much of anything in the framework of how you're raising kids and how if they have to eat dinner without their cell phones, then you do that. You stick to that. Whatever your framework is, whatever you've designed. You have to be home on time. They do that. You stay with the rules, stay with the discipline, stay with the framework. That's one. You stay consistent. As much as kids hate it, they really, really love it and need it. That there are boundaries. Every kid that I've ever run into in my entire life has come back at some point and said, hey, I know I was a fuck up. I know I was an asshole. Thank you for staying the course. Thank you for enforcing rules and boundaries and structure. I wouldn't have made it if you hadn't done that. I wouldn't be the person I am had you not done that. I'm not saying that that's just kids coming to tell me that. I'm telling you, I have heard kids tell other parents that in the hundreds. So it's right. It's accurate. Kids grow up, their head comes out of their ass at some point, and they hear, and they come back home and knock on the door. I just heard a noise. My head came out of my ass. Thank you. It's true. That's one. Stay the course. Stay the course. The other thing, and it's individual to what they're doing wrong, what they're going through wrong, what they're thinking wrong, and you can correct them by like, okay, you don't act that way, you don't behave that way. If they're showing, if they're not showing respect, there's a lot of disrespect, then you have to address that thing. I don't know what that thing is. I don't know what 2 or 3 things that your child is hung up on. I'll give you one right now that Gen Z kid's going through. He is having trouble completing jobs, completing tasks. He does things, and his favorite phrase is, it's good enough, it's fine. It's if he assembles a chair, it's fine, it's good enough, it's okay. If he does a job, he does not do it wholeheartedly. He doesn't look at that like some of his older brothers would and say, oh, it's not right. I got to dump the trash, but I need to move this trash can because there's trash around. I'm going to pick up this trash, throw my trash away. You know what? This trash can's all sticky outside and there's ants. I got to hose this thing. He doesn't think that way. Older brothers do think that way now. They get to that point like, okay, I'm always told to take out the trash, but that's the minimum. I got to handle this shit. I'm seeing it. I'm noticing it. I'm looking at it. Gen Z kid looks at it and goes, it's not my job. He's very incomplete. So I tease him. When I catch him doing something like that, I say, look, don't be upset. I understand you didn't build the chair right because you weren't following instructions, and we're going to do it again. I said, you didn't do the trash right. I know you saw the trash on the ground, but you didn't pick it up. You probably should have. You know you should have, but it's okay. And I grab my son gently, and I say, listen, it's okay. You're only 13 years old. You don't have to know these things. You're kind of an idiot at 13. Don't worry, you're fine. By the time you're 18, we'll have this shit worked out and you'll be a man. By the time you turn 18, I will have taught you all these things so everyone who sees you will respect you. Everyone who sees you will look at you and admire you as a person who gets things done. But you're only 13 right now. Nobody expects you to be anything more than a childish fuck up. That's all we expect at 13. And he goes, well, Dad, I'm 17. I'm almost 18 in a couple months. And I look at him and go, I know. But your acting and your maturity level is that of a 13-year-old. And I do it every time like it's the first time. He'll do something and I'll say, it's okay. Listen, I know you're only 13. You don't know any better. But by the time you're 18, I got you squared away, buddy. And now he's going, stop saying that. But it's my way of pinpointing. I stay with the structure. I stay with the framework of raising him. But it's my way of singling out one thing he's doing and going, we need to fix this. You're not where you need to be. I don't know if it's right or wrong. Kids don't come with instructions. But it's starting to work. And I've been doing it for a while. Let me go back over here. My wife's got her hand up. Yes.
Nail Lover says it's the mouth and attitude that's her problem.
Mouth and attitude. If you, there was something I used to do. So we have a lot of teenagers here, and they would mouth off to my wife, and I would divide them from my wife. They'd mouth off to my wife, and I'd go at them and say, why are you fucking with my chick? What? I would make them feel like they're not part of the family. I go, what did you say to my girl? That's my girl. I put my wife behind me, protecting her, and go, what'd you say to my wife? They know I'm treating them like some dude in a bar. What the fuck did you just say to my wife? And all of a sudden, no, that's my mom. I was just saying, mom, and she would just sit there and look at him, and I would separate them. All of a sudden, they had a lot of fear that they had crossed the line with me as the father. I wasn't the dad anymore. I was a very angry husband. I wasn't looking at them as a child. I was looking at them and treating them and talking to them like they were an adult who offended my wife, and now you had to deal with me. And let me tell you, every single kid that I did that to, and it wasn't right away, they built it up and built it up and built it up and got to the point. I told my wife, I said, next time I do this, let me handle this. She knew, and I went that route. And I'm like, the fuck are you? Here's another one. This is and I don't know how old they are. I said, I sat them sometimes as early as 14, but I never liked doing it that early. And I said, why should I keep you here at 18? Well, what do you mean? I said, just want you to know, the day you turn 18, I'm going to push you and all your shit out on the sidewalk and give you a $100 bill and a bus ticket to anywhere you want to go. And you're going to say, whoa, 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 whoa. I want to go back in my room. You don't have a room. The state only says I have to take care of you till you're 18. Kids do the same thing. Well, Dad, before you kick me out, if you're thinking about that, we're family. We're family, right? Oh, family. Let's see. You don't do your chores. You argue with your mother. You argue with me. You're kind of a pain in the fucking ass to everybody. I can't wait till you turn 18 and you get the fuck out. I just want you to go. Well, fine. I want to get the fuck out of here too. And they always say that up until it comes time. And right before they turn 18, they start getting their hat in their hand and going, okay, before we can, and I've had to put kids, you ask my wife, I have physically taken their shit, put it on the sidewalk, walked them out to the end of the street, sat them on the curb, handed them a $100 bill, and said, why should I let you back in the house? Why should I let you back in the house? You're angry, you're hateful, you're spiteful, you're not nice to my wife, you're not nice to me. Why in the fuck? If you were a stranger, I would never be friends with you. Well, we're family. Oh, we're family? We're family. Yeah, family. Come on, Dad. Family. We're family. Well, where was family when you were supposed to be doing chores? Don't family help each other? Doesn't family do chores for each other? Doesn't family stick together? Doesn't family mean that you're going to treat each other with respect? Isn't that? Where's all the family on that side? Oh, you just like the family part where you get to stay. But you don't like the family part when you actually have to do your part of being family. Now, you're full of shit. I'm not interested. You got to go. Now, these are just rough sketches on how you deal with people. But even at 14, you could take them out to the street and sit them down and say, why would I let you back in the house? You're an asshole. And nobody wants you around. I mean, you have to, you don't want to say that to a kid who's going to run away. You don't want to do that. I have no idea the circumstances, but you have to be able to control some of the shock value at that age. I had one son who I didn't talk to. I said, you know what? He's 15, I think. And I said, you're a real prick around here. I want to tell you, Mom and I love you because you're our son, but nobody likes you. Nobody likes you when you come through the door. So I'm not sure how everyone else is going to treat you, but don't ever be in the same room with me. This is a true story. I did this with my son. What do you mean? I said, if I walk in the kitchen, you walk out. If I'm in the living room watching a movie, you get the fuck out and go someplace else because I am this close to losing my shit with you. You're just an asshole and nobody wants to be around you. And I'm uncomfortable being around you because you're not willing to change. You don't show anybody respect. You don't do anything you're supposed to do around here. And I have to put up with you for a few more years, but I don't have to like it and I have to be in the same room with you. So when I walk into a room, you walk the fuck out and go someplace else. And if all of us are doing something as a family, you go someplace else if I'm in that room. I want to say, and I'm putting you back on screen, how long, was it about 4 months we did that?
It was a long time.
And he finally came to you first.
Yeah, he did.
Because he couldn't take it anymore. He couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
And he came to my wife and said, okay, I got to fix this. Uh-huh. And then he came to me and basically said, I'm sorry. What do I have to do to get, it was hard for me because I love my son. And it was hard to do it, but I did it for almost 4 months. And then he finally came back and said, this is no way to live. Because the whole time I said, you're out of the room until you're 18, then you're out of my house. This feeling, I can't do anything about it right now because under state law, I have to take care of you. But the day you turn 18, you're out. So he lived this way for 3 or 4 months and then went, I can't do this.
Yeah.
There was some changes, but none of these things fit. This situation that I'm telling you would have not worked with any of my other kids, not even close. It would have upset them and destroyed them, or it might have made some of them run away. This just happened to work with this one son. You have to stick with the framework that you're raising your children and don't deviate for them. You stay constant. And then you have to find out their individual thing and find a way to exploit it, to address it, to make fun of it, to bring it up. You have to. And I don't know how to tell you that because I don't know what's going on. But if you can bring it up in such a way that it exposes them every day, even if it's just saying, oh, what was it? Oh, we called our children by their middle name. Remember that? We call them when they were acting a fool. Now, pay attention to this one. This one was great. When a kid was misbehaving terribly, we would call them by their middle name all the time. We'd say, if their middle name was, I don't know, their middle name was Robert, right? And you never call him Robert. You never call him their middle name. But you say, oh, here comes Robert again. Who's Robert? Well, see, my son is John. I love John. I miss John. John was the greatest 8-year-old son I ever had. And you're now a teenager, and you're a fuck up. You're Robert, and the middle name is Robert. I go, I don't like Robert. Robert's kind of a dick. And you call them Robert. Robert, it's time for dinner. Robert, did you do your chores? And they hated that. But it reminded them that they are not the child they used to be. It reminded them that they're a different person. They're behaving differently. And I didn't let up calling them Robert. Now, the next morning, I call them by their name until they behaved like Robert. Then it's like, here comes Robert again. Okay, I didn't know who I was dealing. I didn't know if I was dealing with John or Robert. I guess it's Robert today. And I absolutely exploited that, calling them their middle name. And they got it. They're like, when you're acting like a complete fucking asshole, you're not acting like my child. You're not acting the way I raised you. Tell me that didn't work.
Oh, it did. Christina Roth just asked, I love this advice. Gen X mom, what were your thoughts during these times? So it's funny. We have a really, really good balance. I do kids like 13 and under. That's my go-to.
Just your wheelhouse.
I'm in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
He takes care of teenagers and adults. So we have a nice little balance when it comes to that. And since we've gone through all 8 kids, I support him completely.
But I did you too. I mean, even when they were younger, there's 9 years old, and I'm losing my fucking mind, you would come to me. You did that stupid thing on my chest. I used to hate that.
Yeah. You used to take my fist and rub his
She'd
chest.
come up to my and stand there. She'd rub my chest just with my right through my shirt. And she'd go, okay, you need to listen to me. Calm down. This is my thing. The child's 8. This is my strong suit. You got to go with me. And she'd rub my chest, and I'd like, all right, okay. And she wasn't always right, but boy, she was right almost always.
Yeah.
And I would support her and go through that, whatever thing we were doing. What's up?
I was trying to quietly say food's here.
Okay.
Okay. So it was no in there. So it was the thing when she's bringing up about the age was right. When Christine asked the question of how did you support? I want to tell you there was many times when we'd go upstairs to the bedroom and shut the door, and she'd go, "Okay, I see what you're doing." And she wanted to tell me, I'm going to lose my child. Our daughter is going to leave, or our son is going to leave. You can't do this. But I'd already been through this about 30 times. And I said, just let it go.
I don't like the process, but it's gone in our favor.
But would you say even the times that I fucked up and I didn't get it right, would you still say most of the time I did?
Oh, yeah.
Most of the time I got it right. I wasn't
It
perfect.
doesn't come with a book.
No.
And each kid is so different. I mean, we had to
Oh.
go through a learning curve with
Everything
each
was
one.
different with every kid, but we did it and we challenged them. There was some that ran away. There was some that left. I said, I'm packing up my shit and leaving. I'm 16 and a half. I said, good, get the fuck out of here. What? You want me to go? No, I don't want you to go, but if you're going to be a dick, I'm certainly not going to stop you. Well, why aren't you going to stop me? I remember telling my kids going, because you make us all miserable. Nobody's going to stop you. There was a son packing his shit, and all of the brothers and sisters just walked by the bedroom. And I walked in and said, did you see any of them come in here? Did any of them walk up and go, please don't leave? You're my older brother. Please don't go. Nobody gives a shit. You're an asshole. Nobody cares if you go. Go do your thing, man. You got life all figured out. Get the fuck on. Now, and my wife's sitting there in the other room going, don't tell him to leave. Don't tell him to leave. I don't want my baby to leave.
Bad.
No, but you were close.
How wasn't that
You
bad?
were close in the other room going, you just told them to leave. You're goddamn right I did.
I noticed somebody else said my saying, I used to say this. I used to go, I love you, but I don't like you right now. A couple people said that. That is very powerful when you tell a child, I love you, because you do love them. But at that moment in time, you're not liking him. And I use it on him too.
We've had a couple times sitting there with talking to kids, and the two of us standing there, and she tells me to shut up. She goes, you go in there and just don't talk. And she's in there, and she's giving the speech, and she ends it with, I love you. I do, but I don't like you right now. And then she looks at me, and the kid looks at me, and I go, I don't know, the kid's a dick. It's like, that's not what you were supposed to say. We've done this. We've gone down there. I don't know. We're way off topic now, but I hope that helps you guys.
Okay. That's all right.
All right.
Can I do sheets while we're waiting?
Waiting for what? They all
drink?
Well, they all wanted a story about you.
I know, but I need to do sheets. Brian Ivany, $2 amendments. Let all things be done in moderation.
Agreed. I would agree with that completely.
Ollie the Aussie, welcome to Extra. We got another newbie.
Got another person. Hang on, that's 3 tonight.
XMTVX, first time being here. What's your opinion on weed? Do you have a short version?
Yeah. How dare you ask me as if all my answers are long answers. All right. So weed is not the same thing as it was in the 70s. Weed was weed. Pineapple Express, and then there was local stuff. Weed was weed. Weed is not weed anymore. Weed these days can be laced with stuff to make you come back and buy more weed from them. And it's fucked up, terrible shit. It's really bad. So you got to be very careful about weed these days. It's not. I don't give a shit if you smoke. Smoke if you want to. You smoke, I drink. I don't care. But if I buy a bottle of Jack Daniels from Walmart, I know what's in it. When you go to different places and buy stuff, you don't know what's in it, and you can't know what's in it, and that's the danger part. That's a very difficult thing for me. So
okay.
I'm going to you for 1 second. And
Hog said, "Got to listen to American flags, General."
Listen to what?
American flags, General.
My phone. You can get out of here for a minute.
Okay.
I don't know. I need to listen to American flags.
Yes, that's what Hog says.
All right. That's Boss Hogs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Jay Hornberger, $10. Didn't say where it was going to. Chris Stockham says Dawn dish soap does wonders for a mouthy kid. Oh man, I have to tell you, I used to do that with our kids when they were little. I'm talking little, like 6, 7. When they start getting a little mouthy, you just put like a dab of the soap and it foams, like that foaming stuff. Oh
Yep.
my God, I did that. Mile High Magic said, you remind me a lot of Mom's second husband. Didn't always like him, but I loved him. His style of raising a child is the very foundation of my discipline as an adult.
Good.
Sharing that little
I'm glad that guy helped you. Not everything that everybody does as a parent is going to be right. You may look back. It's kind of funny when you look. When you're growing up, I could list 300 things that were fucked up about my parents, and maybe 5 things that I enjoyed. And now that my grandparents are dying or dead and moving on, and my parents are older, I can't remember those 300 things anymore. Maybe I could remember 4 or 5 if I really tried. It's kind of funny that as you get older, your brain just doesn't allow you to remember every bad thing they ever did. But maybe I wasn't beaten either. I mean, there wasn't something that was pounded into me. It's just life. But I sure can remember all the good things. But at 15, I couldn't have told you 5 good things. Not at all. So listen, we got to wind it. We've been on over 2 hours now. And I've been drinking.
I know, and I'm done sitting here. I love you guys, but
so you guys demanded and wanted, and I promised a story.
Yeah, you did. Can you take me off the screen? I'd really appreciate that.
You are now off the screen.
Okay, cool.
All right. So I will tell you 2 quick stories. And there's even a third one that's even bigger, but I'm not gonna get into it. What's that?
Let me say goodnight.
Well, you want to be off the screen.
I
All right.
know,
There you go. Now you're back on.
Everyone, I hope you have a wonderful evening. I am going to call it a night. Gen X Mom is tired, and
You're hurting because I can see it in your face when you're not on camera. As soon as I turn the camera off her, she winces, she gets up. She's hurting.
Yeah, I've got to go. I love you all. Thanks for spending Saturday night with us. See you later.
That's it. She's done. Her mic is off. Her camera's off. All right, let me finish. I'm going to finish. There's 2 stories. Both true stories. If Gen X Mom was here, she'd be embarrassed, turning red, but it did happen. The first one, and I've told this one before. I don't think the second story I've told ever, but the first one I did. So we have it's a makeshift balcony outside of our room upstairs, and we had a little fire pit on it. You can put like 8 or 9 chairs around. So me and my buddies were sitting out there drinking. We started early as the sun was setting, and it was now 9 o'clock. So all of us, there's probably 7 of us out there, just lit. Iceman from Bodfish was one of them. And, my wife is, she's very attentive to our needs. She's not just, she does the right thing. She comes out and she'll say, hey, does anybody need a refill? Does anybody want a sandwich? I'm not saying she's like submissive. She's not a 1950s wife, but she's very good at playing the role of the wife. It's like, well, I'm not doing nothing. The boys are up there. She does that all the time for her. She always has. She's very good about that. What she doesn't like is to be ignored. And so she opens up the door to the sliding glass door to the upper deck, and we're up there. The fire's low, but it's going. We're all drinking. We've all fucked up. And she comes out and says, hey, does anybody need anything? Does anybody need another drink? Does anybody want something to eat? We're talking. Nobody's even listening. She's right there and like, yeah, this, you did me, you did all this, and she goes, hey, guys, do you guys... And she's being nice, and she's offering, and she's like, does anybody need a drink? Does anybody need a beer? Does anybody... There's you and me, like that. Again, nobody's listening. Now it's late at night. She's been doing this for hours. She's at the end of her rope. She's like, okay, I'm trying to be nice here. I'm trying to help here, and you guys are just fucking being rude and ignoring me. And she's standing there at the edge of the fire pit with the rest of us, and she's not listening. The third time she gets a little louder, nobody's really paying attention. I can hear her, but I don't want anything to eat or drink. So I'm being stupid, not responding. All of a sudden, she whips out the girls. Pong! And she goes, hey! Now she has everyone's attention. And she puts the girls away and says, is there anything you boys need? A beer, something to eat? She goes, I'm crashing out. I'm tired. I think I was the only one who spoke. I said, no, we're good. She goes, okay, closes the door and leaves. And I think every one of us made eye contact with every other person there. And I was waiting to see who would speak first. And one of my buddies goes, you married the coolest chick ever. Dude, you got the coolest chick ever. And I said, yeah, I know. So true story, that did happen. Just trying to get our attention, and she did. As she knew that she had the assets to get the attention of the entire crew. She did. She got our attention. She was done. She walked off, and that was it. I got a phone call, 3 phone calls a couple days after, because my buddies went home and told that story to other buddies, and their wives overheard the story, and they called me yelling at me. I was like, what the fuck did I do? I'm not letting him go over to your house anymore. Okay. Overseeing someone's boobs. Okay, what are we in 1953? Jesus Christ. So anyway, that was one story. Here's another one, and then I got to go. As most of you know, I had my own auto repair shop for a long time, and there was times when it did very well, and I had a pocket full of money, and there was times when we were clipping coupons and cutting corners to get by. With 8 kids, you can imagine. And there was a summer. We did really good in the summer. About May, the end of April, the beginning of May, we would pick up shops all over Townwood, and we would do really well for a long time. And then about school time, people stopped fixing their cars, and kids going back to school. The holidays are coming. Winters were tough. And, you always try to save up for them. But I remember we had a barbecue. It was summertime. So I want to say it was August. And we had a big barbecue outside. 30, 40 people there. Music's going, and apparently, let me tell in the order I remember it. I remember having $900 in my pocket. I woke up the next morning with no money, and I went to my wife and I said, "Hey, did you get that money out of my pocket? I had like $900 cash, and it's gone." And she said, "You gave it away." I was like, what? Hey, years ago. I said, what do you mean I gave it away? She goes, the girls started showing you their boobs for $20, and you just kept doing it until every woman there had money and you were broke. And I said, that didn't happen. There's no way, because I don't remember any of it. So the money all left. Apparently, I saw like 20 different pairs of boobs multiple times. I don't remember any of it. No pictures, no nothing. And my wife goes, no, it's true. She reaches in her purse. She goes, I've got $300 of that $900 right here. I said, for you showing me your boobs, why would you charge me? She goes, because you kept paying. And she goes, and right now there's some things I want. And I wasn't giving her money because it was you stuff to do, and you don't need to go do that, and you don't need that, and you just, run the family the way the man runs the family. And all of a sudden, she's got a chunk of my cash, and takes off with it and goes and spends it. And I'm like, why would you charge me for your boobs? That's bullshit. We're married. I get to see that shit for free. She goes, you were paying. I was showing. Now, the only people who benefited were all the guys that were around that were getting angles on all this shit for free. They didn't have to pay anything. I had to pay all of it. I got nothing. I got no memory, no anything. You know what I did get? 2 weeks later, we were thinking about having another barbecue. I had every woman friend of hers calling me going, we'd really like to come to your barbecue. We'll even bring a potato salad or something. So if you do another barbecue, we would love to be there. I'm like, yeah, you'd love to be there with a pocket full of money in my right front pocket. That's a bunch of bullshit. You ask my wife if that ain't true. That's a true goddamn story from beginning to end. That is exactly the way I remember it. Give or take a lie or two. All right, there's no sheets. Who won the poll here? What was the poll? Okay, the poll was the issue was or were these pieces or were these pieces? Confidently, I was correct. Were these pieces? You see what I did there? I did that right. I had that right. I was educating my son, and I got it right. All right. So everybody's raising a glass of drinking. I'm having trouble reading the sheets right now, but I can see the glasses going up. I can see the red wagons being circled around there. All right. So listen, I got to goes without saying. Drop says goes without saying. Lion. What'd Lion say? Now I got to scroll back. Lion, he's more of an ass guy. Yeah. Well, I don't think girls were going to drop their trousers and bend over and show their butts. Doesn't matter. I wasn't an ass guy. I was a boob guy. So anyway, I got to go. That's just, you guys wanted a story. I told you I have another one that follows that one. But I didn't promise you that one. I'm not gonna, and I'm not doing it for free. So listen, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're coming up on 2.5 hours. Boy, we haven't done a 3-hour show in a long time, but we got real close tonight. I hope you guys were entertained. I hope it was fun. I hope it was relaxing. I hope it plugged in and being part of your weekend. It certainly was ours. My wife did exit out of here. She is in pain. She is hurting. I got to go tend to her. She needs her medication. She needs a hot bath. She needs to crawl into that bed and just get on a heating pad. But I want you guys to know she pushes herself on these shows, especially when she's on camera on Saturday nights. She pushes herself way beyond. When I turn off the camera back onto me and I glance over there, she's wincing. She stands up and she hurts and she's rubbing her knee or her elbow and she's trying. Then she sits back down, collects herself, and I can turn the camera back on. She loves you guys and she loves being part of Gen X Talks and she loves being part of the program. Please understand, she really pushes herself to the limit to stay with us. If I told her I was on another hour, she would feel bad because she wants to be part of it. She would feel guilty that she let you guys down. A lot of you know my wife personally, and you guys know I'm not wrong. She takes stuff like that to heart. She does. It's a big thing with her. So listen, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go. I'm going to drink the last drink, and I'm going to say goodbye. Let's all raise this last glass together. The truth is at the bottom of the glass. I think we got to some truth tonight. We touched on the country. We touched on some politics. We touched a lot about raising kids, which obviously is a crapshoot. There's no instruction booklet. We're all making this up as we go. That's important to tell your kids, too. Say, you don't like the way I'm raising you? Tough shit. You didn't come with an instruction booklet. I'm making this up as I go. You've never been 16, and I've never raised a 16-year-old before. So I guess we're in this together. All right, here we go. One drink. Don't make me drink alone. I'll do it, but you know I don't like it. Oh, look at that. No training wheels. Yes. Everyone, that drink was for my wife. God bless Gen X Mom. I got to go. We're doing some final work on the studio tomorrow to get everything plugged in. I promise I will keep showing you pictures and stuff as we go along. You guys certainly deserve it. All of you who are members, you guys get to see stuff that nobody else gets to see. You take your hard-earned money, and it doesn't matter if it's $1 or $10, and you push it our way. We don't deserve it. We didn't earn it. You did, and you're kind enough to donate it. Believe me, if there's any small thing that we can do to repay you, I'm going to try to do it. So listen, we're out of here. I'm out of here. She's gone. I'm leaving. The kid's coming in. He's going to do his set tonight on Twitch and Facebook. He's got his gaming thing going on. If you're into that, talk to Trippy Pineapple. He'll get you squared away on how to hook up with the kid and play games with him. It's a lot of fun for the people that do it. If you guys are into video games, go do that with him. He loves playing with all you guys. All right. I got to go. I got to click all the buttons and I got to get out of here. It's time. Thank you for tuning in wherever you're at around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you're tuning in on the Armed Service Radio Network. I don't know. But I tell you one thing. We love you guys. We wouldn't be anything without you. Gen X Talks wouldn't be just more than a scratch on the side of a rock in the middle of the mountains, except for you guys. It's important. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you guys on the flip side.